Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Stacy. I am the Palladian Awakener. Today, let's review what energies are available to us for the month of February 2024. And of course, I'll be going through each and every sign very shortly here. Just a couple things to note before we get started. These are very general readings. I'm using a whole sign house system. I also use Western tropical astrology, so this might not resonate with each and every one of you because everyone's birth charts are unique to you and it depends on what house system you prefer. So, as I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. You can certainly watch for your ascendant sign. That's how I present these videos, and how I prepare my videos is through the ascendant rising sign. But if you don't know your rising sign, that's okay. You can certainly watch for your sun sign as well. And you can definitely watch for any other personal planet to bring all the energy, all the information together to see how February is going to play out for you. Now, if you'd like a personal reading tailored just to you, for you, all about you, you can get in touch with me on my website, and I'll be sure to put the link to that in the description box below. I just want to read off a couple highlights for the month of February before I dive into each and every sign. So we're definitely going to talk about the luminaries this month for each and every sign. So we have a new moon happening in Aquarius this month. We have a full moon happening in Virgo this month. And hallelujah, I've been saying this for a while, but finally all the planets are direct. Officially, finally, yes, finally. Now Uranus is going to still be in shadow for a little while longer, but the point is finally all these planets are moving direct. So February, I personally am getting a really good feeling about February. When I sat with this energy, when I started preparing for these videos, I have a really good feeling about February, March, and April. I think we're going to start getting some really nice momentum finally starting to roll into our lives. That doesn't mean it's going to be uneventful, of course, because change and pivoting and challenges and new beginnings are not always easy, right? As I feel like we all should know that by now. But the point is, forward movement is coming. I can feel it, but all in all, I think February is going to be a month where we look back on even years from now and say, hey, do you remember what I started at the beginning of 2024? Why do I say that? Because we have a huge pileup of energy in Aquarius this month, and Pluto is newly in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So there's going to be a new beginning after a new beginning after a new beginning. So I'm going to talk about that for each and every sign to kind of give you some flavors as to what could be coming down the pipe for you, not only in February, but this is setting us up for the next 20 years, because as these personal planets were rolling around the zodiac, they were always hitting Pluto in Capricorn. Now it's Aquarius. This is a brand new beginning in the Aquarius area ruled of your chart. So super exciting. Again, I'm going to say it again. I feel like February is going to be a good month, and even March and April and May and beyond, but let's just keep it to February for now. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, and I have to mention eclipses are going to start rumbling. Okay. Just under the surface. Now, we have our first eclipse next month. I'm going to focus more on that in March, but I have to mention it now because if you have anything at 5 degrees of the cardinal energies, so 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer, you might start to feel something. Change might actually start to happen this month because eclipse energy ripples out sometimes 6 to 8 weeks before the eclipse actually happens. And of course, eclipse energy ripples out up to 6 months after an eclipse actually happens. So March 25th, we have our first eclipse of 2024 for the year, 5 degrees of Libra. This is happening, and this is at the south node. So this is a letting go. So again, I'll talk about it. I'll probably say this again next month, but I'm saying this for those of you that have anything around 5 degrees. You're going to start probably feeling something this month. As I mentioned, huge pileup into Aquarius this month. So February 5th, we have Mercury in Aquarius. We have Mars in Aquarius on February 13th. We have Venus in Aquarius on February 16th. And then we have Pisces season starts on February the 18th. And if you follow the asteroids, we have Pallas Athena moving into Sagittarius on the 6th. We have Ceres moving into Capricorn on the 7th. And then we have Vesta stationing direct in Gemini right now, February the 8th at 21 degrees. Another important transit aspect that is happening this month that is super rare, like so rare, is the North Node is coming together with Chiron in the sky, and this is happening in Aries. So again, look to the Aries area of your chart. This is happening on February the 19th. Again, give or take where you are on the planet. Whenever I ramble off dates, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. So February the 19th, 16 degrees is where this North Node and Chiron conjunction is going to come together. I sat with this energy and I do feel like this is a cellular shift. So a lot of us might not see external circumstances change or pivot or whatever, or miraculous healing or things like that. Majority of what I saw was something's going to shift on a cellular level, wherever Aries is in our charts. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a very healing aspect. This is moving past old wounds, old hurts, depending on where Chiron is in your chart. And of course, if this is making any aspects to your personal natal chart, that's going to continue to add in layers and flavors to this transit for you personally. But as a collective, I'm definitely feeling this as a cellular structure shift, a pivot. Something internal is going to shift, and we won't realize it until months, even years down the road. I'll give you a simple example of trigger points. We all have trigger points, right? That comes from our shadow side. For those of us that have done shadow work, you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you that haven't, that's okay. It's just, you know how people can get under your skin, whether it's family, friends, loved ones, work colleagues, whatever. That's sort of like a shadow that's in all of us to sort of move through and heal in our lifetime. So this might come to light later on when suddenly you realize, you notice what you're noticing, and you're like, hey, normally I'm triggered when my mother-in-law or father-in-law, whatever, or whoever makes a comment to me. And usually I'm triggered and I'm angry and I'm, you know, taking it out on my spouse or my children or whatever. And suddenly you realize, again, you notice, hey, I'm not triggered anymore by that. That's how I see this transit. Now, that is just a simple example, you guys. Like, this is such a bigger cellular shift that I can even articulate at this time. I could make a whole other video on what I sort of felt and saw. But again, I'm trying to keep these videos short, sweet, to the point. But I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. It is healing on a very deep, passionate level. It's healing of the I am element because it is in Aries after all. But again, look to your Aries house to give you some hints, some clues as to how this is going to impact you personally. And I'll definitely go through it for each and every sign as well. I also think if you celebrate Valentine's Day, I think this is going to be really interesting because all this energy is starting to pile up into Aquarius middle of the month, middle of February. So I think Valentine's Day is going to be really interesting on multiple different levels. But we also, again, have so many new beginnings. It's crazy, you guys. So anyway, I'm going to start. Oh, one last thing. I knew there was one thing. It's a leap year this year. One thing I noticed about the 29th of February, anyone who's born around that day, like I'm talking not only if you have a birthday, I feel like that's going to be a special day. But if any babies that are born on the 29th specifically this year, I feel like they're going to have a higher purpose beyond what we can comprehend even right now in this time. I just got that download again when I was preparing for this video. It's just, I can't articulate it, but I can definitely feel it. There's some very incredible special souls coming to the planet at this time. The whole Pluto generation that's coming in over the next 20 years is going to just take us to heights that we've never seen in our lifetime. Some of us aren't even going to see this because, again, by the time these children start getting older and growing up, that genius aspect is what I'm sort of thinking of and picking up on. Some of us might not see this come to fruition, but we will see it when we cross over into the ethers, okay? But depending on your age, you know, that's sort of what I picked up on this day. This is like just the beginning of a new wave of star seeds, a new wave of intelligence and genius that are coming on to this planet right now. I just heard Albert Einstein. So there's also a new wave of generation that has not been on the planet for many, many, many millennia. And they are coming back. They're coming back to move this planet into a whole new, I heard a whole new universe. So anyway, I'll stop here because I know some of you are not interested in that, but yeah, I just have such a good feeling about February, you guys. So let's dive into each and every sign and see what is going on for the month of February. Hey Aries, so let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be for the month of February. So I think you can see by my visual here, this huge pile of energy in your Aquarius house, which is your 11th house. So this is to do with groups, friends, associations, people that you surround yourself with. This also represents your role in these groups, memberships, associations, friend circles. This is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals. And any sort of humanitarian efforts if you are connected to any of those type of efforts. So that's definitely going to be a focus this month. But not only that, as I mentioned, if you watched the first few minutes of my video, new beginnings after new beginning after new beginning, there's a huge reset being pushed here, Aries. So, and this is probably going to impact multiple areas of your life. Why do I say that? Because Venus rules 2 of our houses. Mars rules 2 of our houses. Mercury rules 2 of our houses. So bam, right there is half of your plate, half of your sky, so to speak. So Aries, this is going to be taking your career to new heights. This could be changes to do with mom, dad, authority figures in your life, changes to the home, family, foundation, what you call home, family, foundation. Your relationships are factored in here as well. I mean, you have the North and South node there as well for another year. So that is going to change, continue to change and pivot on multiple different levels. Now, you do have a new moon in this area of life as well, Aries. So if there's anything that you want to bring into form, now is the time to set those intentions. Sorry, the new moon is happening on February the 9th. I don't think I mentioned that. So February the 9th, we have that new moon, 20 degrees of Aquarius. It is making a challenging aspect to Uranus. So there could be an awakening here or a shakeup, something to do with your finances, something to do with your self-worth, something to do with material possessions. I feel like though, for some of you, this could be a blessing. So for example, if you've been trying to sell something or if you've been trying to get rid of something, I think suddenly maybe a buyer could come through and it's like, oh, finally. There could be maybe a bit of pain or wounding or whatever you want to call it, some sadness around letting something go, but something needs to go from your life, Aries, in order to welcome in something new, if that makes sense. Another area of focus, I'm going to say, for the first half of February will continue to be in your career sector. And that's because Mars and Venus are technically still in there right now until they all pile into Aquarius. So I kind of got ahead of myself there, focusing on your 11th house, which is so busy this month. So wrapping up career matters, you'll find that that will be continuing this month from January into this month. So focus will definitely be on career, your goals. Again, maybe something to do with mom, dad, authority figures in your life, bosses, getting things done. I love Mars in the earth signs. And again, this is your ruler. Mars is your ruler. So wherever Mars goes, it impacts you greatly because this is your ruling planet. But I love Mars here because you're going to be able to plow through stuff. This is a great time to tackle anything that you haven't yet tackled in January. Tackle it right now at the beginning of the month because you're going to have the stamina, the motivation, the passion, the drive to just plow through any obstacle right now, Aries. Now, I'm not saying it's going to come to a screeching halt middle of the month. It's just that Mars and Venus, they sort of change direction. Their energy is shifted a little bit when it goes into an air sign. The energy does lift in a good way, but they do continue to be detached like they are in Capricorn. So not a bad thing, but you might find you're not doing as much, but you could be getting a lot of intellectual downloads, a lot of ideas, or it's going to turn to more of a group focus where you might not get a lot done right away, but it's sort of like you're coming together more so as a group. I'm thinking about this in the workplace, for example, coming together as a group, maybe hammering out some brainstorming ideas. There could be some heated discussions, but it's moving away from maybe that one-to-one, your personal self, and moving into more of a collective, how can we move this forward, for example. And then the sun in the middle of the month is going to move into your quiet 12th house, Aries. So you will notice, again, if this is your ascendant that you're watching for in particular, I find when the sun moves into the 12th house, we sort of naturally slow down because we're getting ramped up before our season begins, before your season begins, Aries. So if you feel tired, so the sun moves into Pisces February 18th. Again, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. If you start to feel tired around this time, again, this is, the sun's going to be in here for approximately 30 days. Rest, take a time out, work on things behind the scenes, clear out the clutter. I don't know, clear up your home, clean, dust. Do those mundane, what's that saying, like chop wood, go get water, sweep the floors, blah, blah, blah. Because again, you're clearing out the clutter so you can start on something brand new when your cycle comes around, when the sun moves into Aries. That's when you're going to get your groove back. So I know some of you probably don't want to hear this, but if you need to recharge your batteries, please do it because you might get run down. If you just keep plowing through things, you might get run down. So anyway, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm sure this isn't going to apply to each and every one of you. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. But even if this is your sun sign, you might feel it as well, because our sun sign can also represent work, what we do on a day-to-day level or interaction. So anyway, Aries, that's where I think your focus is definitely going to be, is on career and friendships, groups, and circles as well for the month of February, and also long-term thinking, long-term goals. Now, you have a full moon in Virgo this month, again, in that work sector. So this is happening on February the 24th. It is making a nice supportive trine to Jupiter. So Aries, this could be a bonus coming your way. This could be money flowing your way. If you own a business, you could be attracting in more clients at this time, more work at this time. So again, it could pick up. So I'm going to say it again. Make sure you bring in some balance into your life, because like I mentioned, once the sun moves into your 12th house, you might kind of feel, you might start feeling a little bit tired and needing more rest, more sleep over the next month or so. Again, starting middle of February. But this is a culmination point, Aries. So this could be something wrapping up in that busy day-to-day house. This could be a diet, health, nutrition, some sort of routine, exercise routine, something to do with work or the work environment. a work project, something to do with work colleagues, or if you own a business, this could even mean maybe there's a shuffling of employees at this time. Maybe people are leaving the workplace and new people could be coming in at this time, or those people that have put forward their notice, say a month ago, maybe they're wrapping up and they're leaving and moving on at this time, or your business could be going through a transition at this time. Again, something's coming to a culmination point, which is an ending, and then you're welcoming in that new energy as well. And yeah, don't ignore, for you Aries, I'm picking up like something could be percolating in the mind. Again, with all this energy in Aquarius, all of us could be getting some wicked downloads at this time because Mercury is there too. So Aries, if you're getting these downloads, write them down. Again, whatever suits you, writing it on paper, putting them in your phone, journaling, whatever. But if you get any insights or downloads, write them down. Doesn't mean you need to take action on them this month unless you feel called to do it. But I feel like you could get some really incredible downloads over the next month. Again, pile up of new beginnings hitting Pluto. So anything that comes in at this time, I'm going to say, yeah, definitely pay attention to what pops into your mind this month. Absolutely. Now, the North Node conjuncting Chiron. So this is a healing aspect, Aries. Now, this is happening in your first house. So this could impact multiple areas of your life. And I know I've been saying that a while to you because you have the North Node in your sign, South Node in your opposite sign, a Libra in your relationship house. But honestly, anything that happens in that first house can ripple out to all areas of life. So as I mentioned in the beginning of my video, this is a new beginning on a structural level, a cellular level. That's how I'm picking up this energy. Now for you Aries, this could be healing coming in regarding home, family, foundation. I'm also picking up that, or something to do with parents, parental figures, authority figures in your life, even bosses possibly that may have scarred you in the past. We all come into this life with wounds. And that wound is technically our diamond in the chart, because that's where we can liberate ourselves if we just move past the shadow, Aries. And then we can help other people move through that energy a lot easier as well. So again, Aries, this could be something to do with a relationship, something to do with parents, authority figures, bosses, something to do with career. And for some of you, this, again, I'm seeing this as a cellular shift that you will not notice until later on down the road. As I made that example in the beginning, this could be a trigger that suddenly dissolves because you've worked through those emotions. You put in the work in yourself, psychologically, emotionally, intuitively. So as time goes on, Aries, like I said, some of you, this will be obvious and some of this won't be obvious. So I also feel like if some of you are going through the motions right now, or going through, how do I say it, like memories or reminiscing, just let the energy move through your body. Don't let it sit in your body, just get it out of your body in some way, shape, or form. Easiest way is exercising. You don't have to like hit the gym unless you want to, but even just walking, getting out for a walk, move the energy out of your body and feel it. Feel it in your body, acknowledge it, and then let it go. And let's see here. We continue to have this incredible opportunity aspect between Jupiter and Saturn. So that's going to be heightened this month. So again, I mentioned downloads. Anything that you're working on in the background, keep doing it. Whatever you're doing right now, Aries, if you're working on anything in the background, a creative project, a creative endeavor, something to do with your business, something to do with work, a humanitarian effort, something to do with a group, membership, association that you belong to or that you own, maybe you're the leader or CEO of a group, whatever it is that you're doing in the background, whatever it is that you're working on in the background, keep doing it. I feel like more opportunity is going to be coming in from Jupiter to your Saturn. So again, this could be tied to an investment, material possession, your self-worth, something to do with finances and investments. But if that doesn't ring any bells, it's just whatever you're working on in the background right now, just keep doing it, because it's going to be profitable. It's going to be expansive. It's going to be incredible. Maybe for some of you, this isn't going to apply to all of you, but bring in a spirituality aspect to it. Again, I keep hearing about something about downloads, Aries. So be open to messages and intuitive hits this month for sure. That would be my recommendation. But again, if that doesn't resonate with you, then you know, just leave it. No worries. Otherwise, that's about it, Aries. I think, as I mentioned earlier, I think February is going to be a wonderful month. And if you have any planets, placements, points at 5 degrees of Aries, you might start to feel the eclipse energy rumbling. And again, this is happening in your opposite sign. So something has to end in this area of your life, a relationship. It's going to be connected to a relationship, Aries. So love, business, a friendship, a work colleague, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriages. So something has to be let go in order to welcome something new. So I'm just mentioning this now because, again, you might feel something, especially if this is happening in your opposite sign. This is going to affect you personally regardless, but you'll feel it more if you have anything around 5 degrees. Even if you have anything 5 degrees in Cancer or Capricorn, you're also going to feel this as well. Otherwise, Aries, I wish you a wonderful February, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Taurus, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. Really hard to ignore all that energy in your 10th house, Taurus. This is full on new beginnings after new beginnings after new beginnings. And yes, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, Taurus, because these energies are going to ripple out and unfold over the next 20 years because of Pluto. So over the last 15, 16 years, all of these personal planets, so Mercury, Mars, Venus, the Sun, the Moon for that matter, have always been hitting Pluto every time they go around the zodiac, right? In Capricorn. Now that energy is shifting into a whole new area, a whole new element, a whole new sign. So your career house is going to be on fire, Taurus, for the next 20 years in a good way. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but all that energy pumped into your 10th house, that's definitely going to be one of the areas of focus, one of the areas of transformation for you in the next, I just heard 10 years, but it's technically 20 years. But maybe the first decade might be more prominent, let's say. Now, you have a new moon here, Taurus, and this is happening on the 9th, 20 degrees. It is squaring up to Uranus in your sign, and Uranus is just newly direct. So there might be a readjustment here or a breaking free here. I see this as a liberation aspect because squares with Uranus, I mean, Uranus just wants us to be free. Uranus wants to liberate us for anything, anyone that puts us in a little box. Uranus doesn't like that. Uranus doesn't want that. Uranus is working on you right now, Taurus, and has been working on you since 2018. So Uranus is trying to break you out of your fixed energy. And this is not easy. This is, I get it. This is not easy because you're a fixed sign. And not only that, you're earth energy. Uranus also belongs to a fixed sign. Uranus rules Aquarius, the modern ruler. So Aquarius has that fixed energy, but Uranus is air. Aquarius is air. So mixing air with earth sometimes doesn't jive, but the end result, Taurus, is that Uranus is trying to liberate you in multiple ways, multiple ways. So now it's the 10th house focus. And I'm going to be honest, you have all this energy. Okay, if you've watched me for a while, I know you're probably getting sick of me saying this, but with Jupiter and Uranus in your first house, all bets are off. Anything can happen any blessing can come in. Any shakeup or change is going to come in because, again, Uranus is helping to liberate you in all areas of life. Anything happening in your first house is going to guaranteed ripple out to your relationships, ripple out to how you present yourself to the world, how you interact with the world, your career, your work, whatever you do on a day-to-day basis. This is going to change your relationships to your family, your friends, your loved ones, your mom, dad, authority figures, bosses in your life, lovers, love relationships, marriages, contracts, agreements, negotiations. I can go on and on, Taurus. And I know you've heard me say this, so I apologize. But I'm going to keep saying this because anything can happen in your first house. So there's some sort of readjustment here, breaking free of something. If you want to break free from a health habit or something to do with your body or career or home, family, foundation, anything that's stagnant in your life, Taurus, that you want to change, set those new moon intentions on February the 9th. Again, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. But yeah, it's full on here, Taurus. I mean, I'll be here to talk about it, but this is hitting the reset button over and over and over again as these planets conjunct Pluto. This is new beginning after new beginning after new beginning. Now, focus will, for the first 2 weeks of February here, I'm going to back up a little bit because, yeah, I'm very excited about this month with all this pile up and energy in Aquarius. But the first half of February, focus was still going to be in your 9th house. So this is anything to do with legal matters, the court system. This is long distance traveling, trips, anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, citizenship, immigration. This could also be teaching, training, university, going to university, wrapping up university, continuing your studies, whatever the case may be, or even if you're a teacher. This is also the house of religion and belief systems as well. So that could also be a focus that's wrapping up the first 2 weeks of February. And then, like I said, your 10th house is going to be lit up like a Christmas tree, Taurus. So that's definitely going to be the main focus for you this month and into next month, because Venus stays about 4 weeks in a sign and Mars stays about 6 weeks in a sign. Now, full moon down in your 5th house of love, romance, dating, children, creativity, and self-expression. So Taurus, this is a culmination point in this area of life. This is a wrapping up. This is a finishing of something so you can welcome in something new. So think back 6 months ago, 6 months to even 9 months ago, I'm hearing. Anything that you put into motion in this house, in your Virgo house, should be not only, okay, so I'm getting 2 messages here. So for some of you, yeah, it's culmination, it's wrapping up something. But I just feel like this just means one chapter is closing and you're on to another chapter in this area of your life, Taurus. It is making nice, harmonious aspects to Jupiter. So again, anything could happen. Any sort of blessing could be coming in. It could have the flavor of money, could have the flavor of romance, or something to do with your children, or your children getting recognition in some way, or your children doing very well in something. This could be taking a relationship to the next level. This could have something to do with a health matter as well, but it should be good news. Whatever it is, it should be good news. Now, a full moon can also be dramatic, but this full moon is well supported by Jupiter. It is opposing Saturn, so that means there could be a rebalancing, like a readjustment, like a compromise will have to come in order to have this blessing or to have this fulfillment or to have this change or wrap up happen in this area of your life. Now, the sun will move into Pisces on February the 18th. So the focus will transition to your friends, your groups, memberships, associations that you surround yourself with. This could also be your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals for the future, and any sort of humanitarian efforts that you participate in, Taurus. That's also where the focus is going to be. So 9th, 10th, 11th houses are definitely going to be lit up at this time. And let's see here. Oh, Chiron coming together with the North Node. Now, Taurus, if you watched my blip in the beginning, I talked about healing on a deep structural cellular level. This is moving past old hurts, old wounds. This is happening in your quiet 12th house. So I'm going to guess a lot of you won't feel this because this is going to be internal, or this is going to be psychological. This is going to be a deep cellular shift. I know I'm not a doctor, so I'm trying to articulate what I'm feeling and seeing from a scientific level. But for Taurus in particular, this is such a hidden, quiet house. So if anything or any emotions come up during this time, again, this is going to be around February 19th, give or take a day or two. Let them move through you. Whatever this is, let it move through your body, but don't hold it in your body. Like, get it out of your body somehow. For you, Taurus, light exercise or writing to get it out of your body. Even writing and burning something or ripping something up in 1,000 pieces, whatever gets it out of your system. And again, for some of you, you might feel this or you might witness this externally, but I feel like for some of you, you're not going to notice something until months, even years down the road. Remember I talked about beginning of the video, triggers, shadows. We all have this. So this is moving us past. I also just heard, look to the little Chiron symbol. It's like a little key. That is like a diamond in our chart. That's like a diamond in the rough in our chart. If your natal Chiron is involved here in some way, shape, or form, regardless, look at your natal Chiron. That's also going to give you another layer, another level of this wound that you are moving through. This is a positive thing, you guys. This is nothing like scary. I should have said that in the beginning. This is nothing crazy scary. This is the North Node. So this is new healing coming in, new healing modalities coming in. If you are having health challenges, Taurus, again, this could be new healing on a cellular structure level of the mind. I just heard something to do with the heart as well. But any sort of new healing modalities could come in at this time that could help you greatly. Is it going to happen this month? Is it going to happen automatically? Maybe. I don't know. But usually these things with the nodes of fate, fortune, destiny, these things take time to unfold over our lifetime. Just like how I mentioned all these new beginnings in your 10th house, Taurus. This is going to unfold slowly in your lifetime. Now, there is a continued opportunity aspect from Jupiter and Saturn. That's going to continue this month. So again, being in your first house, Taurus, this could have something to do with money, finances, resources, investments. This could also be your partner's income if you are connected to a partner, whether it's love or business. Again, this is a good thing, Taurus. This is a sextile. This is an opportunity. This is an aspect of you need to take advantage, there we go, of the opportunities coming your way. Now, you don't have to. You can definitely pick and choose because Jupiter could bring you multiple blessings, and it's up to you what option or what path you want to take. Let's see here. Or again, this could have something to do with a humanitarian effort, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, long-term goals, long-term planning for the future. That looks really good at this time if that interests you. Maybe you want to start a new foundation or again, something to do with humanitarian effort, something to do with bringing people together. That looks really good at this time. Anything you're working on in the background, Taurus, to bring out into the open, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. Keep doing it. Because again, Saturn, the great builder, and Jupiter, the great benefic that bestows blessings on us, these two heavy hitters, and they're also social planets as well, these two heavy hitters are helping you build on something. Build something. And for you, Taurus, I feel like it could have a greater collective impact, whatever it is that you're working on. So don't stop, whatever it is. Now, again, if this doesn't resonate with you, okay, fine, then leave it. You know, definitely leave it. But look to your Pisces house and your Taurus house in your chart. You're building something there. There's opportunity coming in there that Jupiter's bringing in blessings, and Saturn's like, okay, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to crystallize this? How are you going to help the greater good? Or again, wherever Taurus and Pisces is in your chart, depending on what you're watching for right now. And Taurus, if you have anything around 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, you might start to feel the eclipses. You might. This is a letting go in your 6th house of work. If you own a business, this is people that work for you. This could be your work environment. This is your day-to-day habits, your health, your routines, your diet. Something's got to go in this area of life. I'll talk about that more next month, but you might feel rumblings, bubbling under the surface, Taurus. Anyway, I think February is going to be a great month, so enjoy, and we'll talk to you again next month. Bye for now. Hey Gemini, let's talk about where I think the focus is going to be for you this month. So definitely 8th house, 9th house, 10th house matters are going to be lit up this month. So Mars and Venus are going to continue to trek through Capricorn for the first 2 weeks of February here. So this is definitely a heavy, intense house, and this energy would have carried forward from January. So this is taxes, debts, loans, anything to do with finances, resources. This also represents your partner's income or your partner's money, whether this is in love or business. This is also a deep, intense, transformational house, a psychological house. So that will be, and if I didn't already mention it, like shared property, shared resources, anything that you share with other people as well. So that will be the focus for the first couple weeks. And again, this is a wrapping up. Now, it's full on in your 9th house, Gemini. You have a new 20-year cycle happening in this house for you. And, you know, over the last 16 years, we've had the personal planets. So that's the sun, that's the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars moving around the zodiac like they usually do, and they've always been conjuncting with Pluto in Capricorn in your 8th house. Now that energy is shifting into the 9th house. I'm going to be honest, Gemini, this is definitely going to lift you up quite a bit more. The 8th house is very intense. It's very deep. I have no doubt you've had some deep transformation when it comes to, or intense experiences when it comes to 8th house matters. Maybe you have even experienced death around you at this time, over the last 16 years, I mean. So that energy, thankfully, Gemini, is lifting. That's my whole point. I don't want to talk about the past, but I love talking about the future. So Gemini, you will, if you haven't already felt this, you should feel lighter. You should start to feel lighter. Now, again, Pluto will be moving back to Capricorn. We'll talk about that later on in 2024. But again, I like future focused here, and I think you do too. So let's lift the energy up in Aquarius, in a fellow air sign, such as yourself. New beginnings when it comes to educational pursuits, when it comes to university, teaching, counseling, guiding, coaching. Maybe you're turning into the coach or the elder, Gemini, so you can transition those skills down. Or maybe you are moving on from something and moving into something new from an educational standpoint. This could also be anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, anything that is unique and thinking outside of the box, Gemini. This is going to totally expand your mindset. This is the house of the gods, Gemini. You are going to get crazy, incredible downloads. I might have already mentioned this, especially when Uranus and Jupiter move into your sign. Like, it's going to completely change your outlook on life, completely expand your mind in ways that you can't even comprehend right now, Gemini. I'm not laughing at you. I'm like, this is such a cool transit for all the Geminis out there, depending on what you're watching for, of course. But even, you know, if you're watching for your Venus or your moon sign, this is still going to electrify, you know, your relationships. This is going to electrify your home life and totally transform it on multiple different planes and levels of life. So what else here? Long distance traveling. I feel like anything to do with long distance travel or foreign cultures, lands, that's going to transform on multiple different levels. You might, if you own a business, you could expand out into these markets. I think that's a good idea, Gemini. This is also the house of religion, and your belief systems are going to completely shift and change and pivot and transform over and over and over again. Relationship transformation, you could actually, now with, I'm going to say this, with Mars and Venus coming together, this could be meeting somebody overseas. This could be, and if it's not a love relationship or love partnership, this could be, again, connecting with people overseas that are going to help transform your life for the good, for the greater good. And you have, excuse me, a new moon here, Gemini. So this new moon is happening on February the 9th at 20 degrees. It is making a square to Uranus in your hidden 12th house. This to me is an adjustment period, or anything that you want to change in your life. Sorry, I got to back up for a second because I think I forgot to mention 9th house is legal matters, the justice system, the court system. That also, you're going to have some really transformational experiences coming up over the next 20 years with regards to that as well, or your life will be touched by or impacted by that in some way, shape, or form. For some reason, my mind went there. So anyway, I will definitely put it out there. So anyway, back to this new moon. This is a readjustment at this new moon. If there's anything you want to break free of, Uranus wants us to break the mold. Uranus wants us to free ourselves. Uranus does not want to be put in a little cookie cutter box and told what to do. No. So this is a readjustment here, Gemini, and I'd say go big, and push yourself outside of your comfort zone. The 9th house is also that as well. It's pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, Gemini. It's putting yourself out there, and the rewards are going to be huge because this is not making a square to your sign. This is making harmonious blessings flowing into your sign, Gemini. So I think you're going to love this. I think you're going to have a wonderful February and beyond. Because again, all the personal planets now are going to be conjuncting Jupiter every single year at some point, multiple times a year, if we were talking about the moon. Constant evolution in this area of life for you, Gemini. Let's see here. So you have a full moon down in your 4th house. So this is happening on February 24th at 5 degrees of Virgo. So this is a ending, a culmination point of something to do with your home life, something to do with family, roots, ancestry, foundation. This could also have something to do with your career, an ending in career, work, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day level, retirement, promotions, something to do with bosses, authority figures, mom, dad, authority figures in your life, Gemini. So this is a culmination point. It is opposing Saturn, so there is a rebalancing that's being asked for here, or compromising on something in order to wrap something up in your home life. It is being blessed by Jupiter, So you are being touched by the invisible realm here in a good way. Jupiter is lining up synchronicity, lining up blessings for you. This is like having an angel on your shoulder for at least another 4 or 5 months in your 12th house there, Gemini. So this is a nice full moon, but again, with that Saturn, there's some sort of readjustment that has to take place. Something to do with career, as I already rambled off, career, work, mom, dad, authority figures, or bosses in your life, or something to do with status or reputation as well, Gemini. Or home, family, foundation as well. Now, Chiron and the North Node are coming together in your 11th house. This is groups. I keep hearing family for you, Gemini, so okay, I'll throw it out there. This is not usually the house of family, but I keep hearing family for you. So this is a healing aspect. So it could have something to do with ancestry, family, roots, foundation. This is deep ancestral wounds that all of us are moving through. This is something that's been passed down generation after generation after generation, but this is a letting go. This is finally a letting go. Now, if that doesn't resonate, Gemini, this again is in your 11th house of friendship circles, memberships, groups, people that you surround yourself with, your role in these groups as well. Your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your long-term goals. So there's some sort of healing, some sort of letting go in this area of your life, Gemini. As I mentioned in the beginning, this could be a cellular shift or structural shift. I keep hearing for all of us. Like this is, I think this is going to happen for all of us on a cellular level. But of course, our personal birth chart, wherever your little Chiron is, the key, it looks like a little key in your chart, that is also going to add in another layer of how this is going to affect you personally. This is not a bad thing. I think this is a good thing. If anything bubbles to the surface, acknowledge it, heal it, let it go, move past it, get the energy out of your body. For you, Gemini, I'm picking up having a bath, a sauna, anything where you sweat and get it out of your body is going to help you in a good way. So anything to do with water or sweating, Gemini, anything that makes you sweat to help get it out of your body. Even if you're not able to do intense exercise or go to what do you call like a sauna thing or something where where you're sweating things out of your body, just go for a walk. Just move the energy out of your body, but do acknowledge these feelings that are coming up, Gemini. That's a big message I'm getting. Acknowledge, let it go. So whatever that means for you. And again, I'm just giving you tidbits of what I'm picking up for you. But again, you do you. If you know your birth chart, you know best. Okay. And again, these are general readings. So take what resonates and leave the rest, Gemini. Now we have a really nice opportunity aspect continuing to happen in your 10th house and again in that quiet 12th house. So Gemini, anything you're working on to do with your career, status, reputation, maybe even something to do with the internet or blogging or writing, continue to work on that. Continue to hone in on that. Gemini, for you, this also could have a flavor of something to do with relationships or something to do with relating with people one-on-one. So I don't know if you want to get into coaching or counseling or guidance or working with children, or I'm feeling that one-on-one with you. I am feeling that twin aspect with you. So regardless, Gemini, if this resonates or not, anything you're working on right now, Saturn is helping you build it into form, getting it out of the mind and building it into reality. And I think this is going to be really prosperous, very successful for you, Gemini. There will be some readjustments to make starting in May of this year, and I'll talk about it. That's when Jupiter moves into your sign, and he'll be making squares up to Saturn. So there will be readjustments later on down the road. So my point is, just do it. Like, that's kind of what I'm hearing, is don't try to perfect it right now. Just do it. Whatever you're working on, just do it, or put it out there, or try, what's that? Like I'm hearing testing, like trials testing or something like that. So Don't try to perfect it now. That's going to come at a later time. Again, whatever it is that you're working on. Again, I think this has something to do with whether it's finances, resources, material possessions, anything to do with psychological matters or counseling or coaching or mentoring. Or again, this could have something to do with religion, belief systems, anything to do with foreign lands, foreign culture, foreign people, dealing with people from all over the world. That could be a flavor here, or it could have something to do with mom, dad, authority figures in your life as well. This could also represent bosses, but I feel like Gemini, this could be you becoming your own boss as well. And just a heads up, as I mentioned earlier, eclipse rumblings. If you have anything at 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer, you might start to feel something bubbling up, something bumbling, rumbling under the surface. I'll talk about that more in March. I mean, this isn't hitting your chart in a impactful way like some of the other signs are, but I'm just going to throw it out there because, again, if you have anything at 5 degrees, you will start to feel something, or you might start witnessing change start to come into your life this month, and then possibly even in March as well. All right, Gemini, so I wish you a wonderful February, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Cancer, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So it's going to continue to be in that 7th house of partnership, of relationships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, and also marriage. The energy, I mean, look at that pile up in your Aquarius house in this 8th house. This is a heavy house, Cancer, and you have new beginnings after new beginnings after new beginnings starting in this house. So this is the house of deep psychological change or deep psychological matters. This is big change on multiple levels of your life and also internally, subconsciously. This is the house of rebirth, transformation, of death, of, now I'm not saying you're going to die, Cancer, like with Pluto in here, it could be you're just more aware of your mortality, and you may start experiencing more death around you at this time. Now, again, I'm not saying, Cancer, that everyone's going to die around you, but you're going to be more aware of what that means metaphorically or physically or spiritually, Cancer. So please don't take that literal, okay? This is also the house of transformation, taxes, debts, loans, shared finances, property, inheritance. This also rules the shadow in all of us. This is also the house of deep intimacy, sex, not fluffy bunny sex, like very deep, passionate, intense sexual relationships. This is also the house of fear, power, control. So, Cancer, multiple resets in this area of life, because now that Pluto's in here, the personal planets, when they move around the zodiac, so that's the moon, the sun, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. For some reason, I was about to say Neptune. I have no idea why, but anyway, as these personal planets move around the zodiac, they've been hitting Capricorn the last 16 years in your relationship sector. So now this energy is shifting into your 8th house, your Aquarian house. So new beginnings on multiple levels, Cancer. For some of you, this could be a deep, intense partnership coming in at this time, or just the beginning of that at this time. This is also the house that rules your partner's finances. I'm not sure if I said that or not, but this could be a huge shift, a huge transformation in your partner's finances at this time. Now, this could be this month, but also I'm talking about over the next 20 years, new beginnings in this area of life for you, Cancer, over and over and over again. So some things, yes, are going to manifest this month. Absolutely. Absolutely. But from a Pluto perspective, over the next 20 years, this house is going to slowly unfold the energy over the next 20 years for you in particular, Cancer. And then once the sun moves into your ninth house, this is going to light up your house of traveling, long distance traveling, trips, anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures. This is the house of religion. This is the house of our belief systems. This is also the house of court systems, legal situations, legal matters, the justice system, and this is also the house of the gods, Cancer. So I would say if you can, take a trip, maybe middle of February to middle of March. I think that's going to be refreshing or rejuvenating for you in some way, shape, or form. If you can't do long distance, that's okay. You can even, explore your immediate environment, your community, or maybe just get out of your state or town or city of where you live. I think that would be really beneficial for you at this time as well. And again, for you, Cancer, for those of you that are single and looking, I keep hearing this, so I'm going to say it again. I feel like you could meet someone this month, possibly. You could, but for some of you, it's going to evolve slowly. And then for others, I feel like it's going to be like really intense, like really passionate, really deep, like as if you've known this person for many, many, many years, Cancer. So anyway, take what resonates, leave the rest. Again, these are general readings, Cancer. So I'm just reading what I'm picking up here. You also have a new moon in this 8th house on February the 9th. Now, it is making a square to Uranus in your 11th house. So there might be a readjustment here, Cancer. Something, I'm going to use a simple example here. I feel like I might have said this to you in the past, but it might have been another sign. Not a good idea to mix money with friends at this time. Now, if you have the means to do so, go ahead. Yes, please help out your friends, friendship circles, memberships, groups, associations that you belong to, that you surround yourself with. They might be approaching you at this time asking for money, or they've probably already done this in the past. If you have the means, great. But if you don't, I would just caution you here, because I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pay you back. So there might be a readjustment that needs to be made, or I'm also hearing a no. Like, it's okay, Cancer, to say no to people. It's okay to say no to loved ones. If they keep coming to you, like as if you're an ATM machine. Again, this is not for all of you, but for those of you that family and friends keep coming to you for money in particular, or shared resources, or something to do with property or inheritance or things like that, don't be afraid to say no this month, Cancer. So I'm just going to put it out there. Again, you don't have to, this is not going to resonate with each and every one of you, but that's kind of what I'm thinking the readjustment here might be. Or this could be a readjustment of your personal finances, your shared resources with a partner. There's a readjustment that has to take place here. You might actually shock your partner, Cancer. This also might have something to do with a will, an inheritance, changing your will, changing your inheritance, changing where your resources are going, shifting when it comes to property matters, or selling, or well, this could be selling or buying. I'm more leaning towards selling, but I mean, this absolutely could be buying as well. So plant those seeds of intention at this time, Cancer, whatever you want to manifest in this area of life. Again, this is your heavy 8th house. Yeah, so this is a new beginning. This is like, again, amping up that new beginning energy in this 8th house. Now, you do have a full moon in your 3rd house, again, lighting up your axis of traveling. So whether you're traveling short distance, long distance in your immediate community, that's going to be probably something happening with regards to this month. I'm also hearing something to do with transportation. Maybe some of you are getting a new vehicle this month as well. So this is happening February 24th, give or take again a day or two on either side. And it's making a really nice flowing energy up there to Jupiter. So again, this could be money coming in, resources coming in, having the money to buy things. It could be property related, something to do with transportation, traveling, trips, planning trips, long or short distance. This is also technology. Maybe you can finally upgrade that phone or computer or whatever it is that you want to upgrade from a technology standpoint. This could also be writing, publishing, journaling, going after anything to do with that, like putting yourself out there from a publishing standpoint. Actually, Cancer, I wouldn't be surprised if you would be working on a book at this time. And over the next few years, you will find a publisher. You will be able to put it out there. So if you are, this is kind of bleeding into my next point with Saturn and Jupiter, but I'm hearing it loud and clear. Anything that you're working on from a book or writing project or publishing, blogging, I don't know, anything to, I'm just seeing writing. This could be teaching, training, anything to do with school, college, university, or going back to school or finishing school, or you becoming a teacher, or I heard a guidance counselor, or the legal system. There's so many things here, Cancer, that could be coming to light or could be coming to fruition. Now, I'm not seeing this as a finish line. Technically, full moons are, but I'm just seeing this as, okay, chapter 1 is done. Now it's time to do chapter 2. That's kind of how I'm seeing this energy. So, okay, sorry if I'm confusing you, because this message is bleeding into two different things here. So there is that full moon, but then now this rolls into the Jupiter Saturn. Saturn is up in your 9th house of the 3rd 9th house axis that I was talking about. And then Jupiter is creating opportunity here. So whatever you're working on, like I mentioned, whatever you're working on, keep at it, keep going, because Jupiter is going to continue to bring you opportunities this month to put them into form. That's what Saturn is doing here as well, is putting something into form. So is it going to happen overnight? No, especially with Jupiter and Saturn, but take advantage of this opportunity. Whatever opportunity comes to you this month, continue to hone your craft, continue to do whatever it is that you're doing or planning, because Saturn's going to help you crystallize it over the next 2 years for sure. There will be readjustments possibly in May, June, I'm thinking, in this area of life. If you are writing or blogging or something to do with traveling or trips or international matters, there will be readjustments to make possibly in May, June, July, but or you know, August, but I'll talk about that later on. So yeah, really incredible energy coming down the pipe for you this month, Cancer. This is just the beginning of a huge transformational chapter for you, absolutely. North Node conjunct Chiron up in your 10th house, Cancer. So this could be something to do with healing a old wound surrounding career, surrounding mom, dad, authority figures in your life, old bosses, maybe people that have done you wrong when it comes to work or career, or again, mom, dad. This is also your status, public status, and reputation as well. This could also have something to do with family, roots, ancestry. This is something that has been passed down to all of us for generations. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is a cellular shift. That's how I'm picking this up, is a cellular shift, so we can move past these old wounds, so we can grow and evolve. This isn't for all of us, but some of us will see this quite outwardly, if that's a word, but external circumstances, I should say, could shift. You could see that change, or This is just a quieter internal shift. And you're not going to notice it until months down the road or years down the road. As I mentioned earlier, trigger points. I feel like this has something to do with trigger points. And we might not notice it for, I don't know, months, years. And it just depends on how self-aware you are, Capricorn. Or I mean, Cancer. Isn't that weird how I said Capricorn? Because that's going to play a big part of this as well, because we're all on different evolutionary bands of life. So some of you will feel this more than others. And yeah, sorry, I'm having challenges articulating it because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. I can feel it, I can hear it, but it's really hard to articulate it. So I apologize, Cancer. I don't know why I called you Capricorn, but anyway, I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand that obviously this will be a healing aspect. This is a good thing, but this is letting something go so you can welcome in newness into your life and healing those old wounds that have been passed down for you, passed down to you from your parents or your parents' parents or your great ancestors from the past. This is a deep, deep healing that's taking place. I love this, and this is very rare. It does not happen very often. So I think that's about it, Cancer. All in all, I think February is going to be a really nice month. And again, this is going to be a month where we're going to be talking about for years to come. This is just the beginning of something big, but regardless, I think February will be a good launch pad, a good starting out point, like fresh new beginnings coming down the pipe for us. So anyway, I wish you a wonderful month, Cancer, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Leo, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. Definitely on relationships. Definitely on relationships. I mean, Leo, I'm sure you've heard it time and time and time again. You are on a 20-year path of restructuring your relationships, being transformed by relationships on multiple levels. So this is just the starting point of something new that could be coming down the pipe, Leo. If you are single and open to meeting someone new, there's definite possibility this month when Mars and Venus come together in your opposite sign and conjunct Pluto at the same time. So there could be very faded relationships coming in at this time. But not only this time, Leo, over the next 20 years, you're going to have very faded relationships coming into your life. Love, business, work, and also friendships as well. And very faded contracts, agreements, negotiations, and marriage partners as well. Or marriage, period. If you're already married, Leo, if you're already in a relationship, whether married or not, that relationship is going to go through tests and trials and transformation on multiple different levels. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just being honest, because if your relationship is meant to be and meant to last, then it will still be there once Pluto moves through this house. And again, it's a 20-year cycle. So, I mean, don't get all excited about it this month. I'm talking long term. But the possibility is there to meet someone new right now, this month, or bring somebody new into your life, period. Whether it's a new friend, a new contract, a new agreement, a new negotiation, something new is definitely coming in, Leo. Now, I'll back up here a little bit. Venus and Mars are still in Capricorn for the first 2 weeks of February. So focus will continue to be on work, day-to-day work, habits, routines, your health. This is also the house of pets. So that will be the focus as well. Leo, just wrapping things up, getting things done. If there's anything that you put off, now is the time to tackle it the first 2 weeks of February. Now is the time to plow through those challenges because you'll have the stamina and the drive and the motivation to do it. I'm not saying you're not going to have that when Mars and Venus move into Aquarius. It's just that that's a different sign and a whole different house where the focus is going to more so be on relationships. Let's see here. Now, once the sun moves into your 8th house, and this is February 16th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet, the focus will then shift on, this is a bit of a heavier house. So this is a financial house. This is shared resources with your partner or with a business partner. This is taxes, debts, loans. This is also the house of fear, power, control. This is a deeper, more intense psychological, also intimacy is covered here as well, Leo. So definite, you have some heavy houses lit up here, especially that 6th house and 8th house. But that I think is going to be the focus for February. But like I mentioned, multiple new beginnings in that area of relationships once, well, the sun already came together with Pluto last month, but then now we have Mercury, we have Venus and Mars pushing the reset button once they move into Aquarius, and setting a new beginning in motion this month. Like, this is just the starting point. And then as these personal planets continue to move around the zodiac, they will continue to conjunct Pluto to, I'm just hearing evolution, to evolve this house for you, for your highest good. You've been experiencing this for 16 years in Capricorn, in that heavy 6th house of day-to-day work, habit, routines, your health, diet, nutrition, and also pets as well. So now the new beginnings are going to start in your relationship sector as well. Okay, let's see here. Full moon is happening in your financial axis, Leo. So this is, let me see here, February 24th at 5 degrees of Virgo. So it's making a really nice aspect up to your Jupiter in your 10th house. So Leo, hopefully this is money coming your way. Hopefully this is maybe bonuses from work or clientele coming your way. Whatever this is, it should be good. It should be good news coming your way. And again, this is a finishing, a culmination point in your work and finances sector. Now it is opposing Saturn, so there is some sort of readjustment or compromise that has to take place here in order to allow that blessing to come in. So not the end of the world. Jupiter is definitely supporting you from a financial standpoint, from a career standpoint. This could also be maybe a gift or financial benefits coming in from a boss, authority figures, mom, dad, mom, dad, authority figures in your life at this time could also be bringing in financial blessings to you at this time. But again, like I said, with Saturn, there's a readjustment. There's a bit of it's like a snag in the contract or a snag in the fine print that you missed or that you have to read in order to accept this blessing that is coming in for you at this time, Leo. I can't remember if I mentioned the new moon in Aquarius in that busy 7th house, like I already mentioned. So set those new moon intentions at this time. This is on February the 9th. This is making a square though to Uranus up in your career sector. So Leo, I can see you at this time possibly breaking a contract, breaking free of a stagnant job, breaking free of something that's holding you back from a work standpoint. I also heard a financial standpoint as well. So this is a readjustment. Uranus wants freedom. Uranus wants to break us out of the cookie cutter box that people put us in, or that maybe we put ourselves in. So Uranus is liberating you in your career sector. Or again, this could have something to do with your relationships with mom, dad, authority figures, bosses in your life at this time. But all in all, new moon, plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in your relationship sector, whether it's business, love, friendship, contracts, agreements, negotiations, or marriage, Leo. But yeah, there could be work opportunities coming in or unusual partnerships coming in at this time. Again, get used to it. With Pluto here, that will be the theme for the next 20 years, like the constant underlying theme for the next 20 years. Pluto is definitely transforming how you relate to people on all levels. North Node conjunct Chiron up in your 9th house. This is definitely a healing. This is definitely moving past old wounds. This is letting something go in order to welcome in that healing up in that 9th house. Now, Leo, I feel like, again, for some of you, we're all going to feel this on different levels. Depends on where Chiron is in your chart. It depends on if there's any aspects happening to not only your personal Chiron, but this aspect as well that's happening in Aries. So that's just going to add in other layers. But I do feel like this is a cellular shift on multiple areas of our life, and this is a good thing. I also heard for you, Leo, in particular, something to do with how you talk to yourself, something to do with the mind. That needs to be let go of. You need to stop that. You need to notice what you're noticing, Leo. You need to notice how you're talking to yourself in order to heal, in order to move past old wounds and anything that's holding you back. You need to burn that up. You need to stop that in some, whatever that means for you, in order to evolve and grow. And this is technically trining your Leo placements. So this is really incredible healing coming in on a physical level as well. If this is your ascendant, physical healing could take place at this time. If you travel overseas, I think that could be healing for you at this time, or long distance traveling, or foreign lands, cultures, connections to that. Maybe go back to your ancestry to heal those, because these are wounds that have been transferred down to us over many, many years, like even back to ancient times, our ancestors. That's still living and breathing in us, in our cellular structures of our bodies. So we need to let that go. We need to feel it, acknowledge it. If anything bubbles up at this time, Leo, I'm picking up for you. Get it out of your body, like sweat it out. Again, traveling to places that are healing on the planet is going to be really beneficial for you. If you can't do that, that's okay. That's totally okay. Move it out of your body. Go for a walk, go for a run, hit the gym, sauna, have a bath, go to the spa, get a massage. Just whatever it is, move this energy out of your body this month, especially around this time, if anything bubbles up for you, Leo. Now, there is a really nice opportunity aspect from your financial house, your Pisces house, up to your Taurus house. This is an ongoing sextile between Saturn and Jupiter that's been happening for quite a while. So whatever it is that you're working on, Leo, continue to tune into that, whether you're building a business or whether you're trying to better yourself from a psychological standpoint, whether you're working on something on the back end, whether you are trying to change your career or move to a new career path, new educational pursuits, whatever it is that you're working on, continue to do that, because Jupiter is supporting you, Saturn is supporting you. Jupiter up in your 10th house of career, that's a huge blessing to have Jupiter in your 10th house for a whole year. You only have this opportunity for another 4 months or so, and then Jupiter is going to move on to your 11th house. Not the end of the world. There's just going to be some sort of readjustment that's going to take place from May, June, July, August, on whatever it is that you're working on right now. And Leo, whatever this is going to bring in financial abundance, financial rewards. This is going to, For those of you in a business partnership, this could also represent your partner's resources. So working with your partner on growing her business or his business, or they, them, whatever. This could be building financial success together with somebody, whether it's love or in business. This could be securing financial resources for the future so you can retire. This could be long-term planning. This could be something to do with taxes, debts, loans, building a business, things like that. So Leo, whatever it is, continue to do what you're doing. Continue to work on it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to polish it right now. That's going to come at a later time when Jupiter makes a harmonious aspect to Saturn, probably when he moves into Cancer, but that's a long ways out yet. But just keep doing what you're doing and know it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do test trials, test runs, put it out there. This is in your 10th house of publicity. So if there's anything you're working on, don't be afraid to put it out there and readjust later. It does not have to be perfect, Leo, because that's going to come in time. You'll be able to perfect it in time. And then also, Leo, if you have any planets, placements, points, 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn, eclipses are starting to rumble and bumble under the surface. I'm going to talk about that more so next month because they're not hitting prominent angles in your chart as of yet. But that doesn't mean you won't feel them, especially if you have anything around 5 degrees, even 5 degrees of Leo. You will be impacted by this. You might start to feel something shift and pivot at this time. All right, Leo, I think February is going to be a wonderful month. So enjoy, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Virgo, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So 5th house, 6th house, 7th house are definitely going to be in focus for you this month. I mean, definitely your 6th house. That is just lit up like a Christmas tree, Virgo. So Venus and Mars are wrapping up its stay in your 5th house of Capricorn the first 2 weeks of February. So focus might still be on relationships or romance or dating or love or your children or pregnancy or family members or having fun, maybe vacationing. This is also the house of entertainment and gambling and self-expression and creative projects and hobbies, Virgo. And, you know, this energy is trining your energy. It's flowing very nicely into your 1st house there. So that is going to wrap up this month. And then boom, things are going to start speeding up from a work perspective. From if you own a business, Virgo, I anticipate business is going to start picking up for you in this area of life. Also, this is the house of day-to-day habits and routines. This is also your health, your diet, your nutrition. This is also the house of pets and day-to-day duty and responsibility, whatever that means for you. If you own a business, this house also represents hiring people that work for you, Virgo. So if you are a business owner and you're looking for talent, I would say start advertising this month. And maybe don't do interviews until, let me see here, until all this energy is in Aquarius. So let's say around Valentine's Day. Like, don't do interviews before Valentine's Day. Do them after Valentine's Day and allow a lot of time for applicants to find you, because you could find the right talent. Now, with that said, I'm going to pivot here and talk about a little bit about Pluto and how Pluto, just a reminder, Pluto is going to transform completely this area of life for you, Virgo. This is your house. So the 6th house has that Virgo flavor in it. So this house is going to go through a complete transformation. I personally just went through this with Pluto in my 6th house. And let me tell you, what an interesting wild ride. But I mean, I'm still here. I'm alive. I'm here to talk about it. It wasn't the end of the world for me. But yeah, did I go through health challenges? Yeah. Did I go through health transformation? Yeah. I am now fully empowered in my health. I took the reins of my health. I took the power away from doctors and put them into my hands. So that's just one example. I'm not saying you're going to get sick and all this stuff. It depends on your personal chart, Virgo. I just want to be very clear. But yeah, I could definitely talk to this. But it's such a liberating transit as well, because it's going to totally transform your day-to-day habits and routines as well. Very transformative experiences with animals and pets as well, and the workplace. Like, I think I forgot to mention that too. You know, this is the house of coworkers, colleagues, work colleagues, and the work environment that is going to transform and change as well. And again, Pluto just wants us to be our true authentic selves, Virgo. So that's all he's asking you to be in this area of life. Now, February is so important because we have all these personal planets coming in and hitting Pluto, conjuncting Pluto, and that's a new beginning. Like, whenever two planets come together, that's a new beginning, especially when it's a personal planet coming together with an outer planet, such as like Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. That's a huge new beginning. So Virgo, this is happening again all month long, this energy, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So again, I could talk on and on and on about this, but I'll move on. So the sun is going to move into your 7th house, your opposite sign, February the 18th, lighting up your relationship sector. And again, this is where Saturn and Neptune are right now. So focus will also be this month on relationships, whether that's love relationships, business partnerships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriage relationships, or marriage partnerships, I should say. And yeah, this could be, if you're looking for new work, Virgo, I forgot to say that with all this energy in your 6th house too, totally going to transform your work life. Totally. If you're looking for new work at this time, apply. You could be getting an offer coming in, whether it's this month or next month. Absolutely. That could be a possibility as well. You do have a new moon in that 6th house. I'll back up a little bit here. I think I forgot to mention that. New moon in Aquarius, 20 degrees on February the 9th, give or take a day or two on either side. So plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in your life within the next, whether it's 6 months up to 2 years from now, depending on the lunar cycle. So manifest, Virgo. But just know, yeah, you're up for some huge transformation in this area of life. But don't worry, it's a good thing. You're going to appreciate this transit once it's done. I know I certainly have, and it's liberating. It is quite liberating. Full moon in your house, in your sign, I should say, this month, which is incredible because you have Jupiter pouring blessings into your full moon this month, Virgo. So that's happening on February the 24th at 5 degrees. So check your chart if you have any planets, placements, points, because Jupiter is pouring blessings into this area for you. Now, because it's your 1st house, Virgo, this is an ending, a culmination point. This is the closing of one chapter, moving into a new chapter. And this could be in any area of your life. This could have something to do with a relationship. This could have something to do with a contract. Maybe a contract is up or ending or needs to be renewed. This could be a marriage, a proposal, an agreement being made at this time, or negotiations taking place at this time. Could have a connection to foreign lands, foreign cultures as well. Maybe something to do with teaching, training, if you're an educator, or a coach or a mentor, something to do with the legal system. This could have something to do with the court system, justice system. This is the house of the gods. This is religion. This is your belief system. Whatever this is, it should be something good coming in. But the only but here, Virgo, is it's opposing Saturn. So Saturn is asking you to, this is like a readjustment. This is a tweaking. This is a, you know, in the 7th house, a very plain, straightforward example would be read the fine print, Virgo. If you're signing anything around this full moon in particular, read the fine print. Make sure you understand what it is that you're signing, whether it's a job, a work contract. I'm hearing this, so I'm going to say it. I'm kind of laughing because, yeah, they're showing me a marriage contract as well. So, you know, I hope no one takes this as an insult, but anyway, just make sure you read the fine print if you're signing even a marriage, anything you're signing this month, Virgo, I'll just put it out there. Make sure you read the fine print. All in all, this is a blessing coming in, but the Saturn brings in the but, you know, like, you know, here's $1 million, but you got to pay 40% in taxes or something like that, you know, as a simple example. So just be mindful of that. And then the North Node conjunct Chiron. This is a really interesting, rare, very, very rare transit, Virgo. So, and this is happening in a very deep, intense psychological area of your chart. This is where the eclipses are happening right now for you. So, healing on a financial level or a financial basis, or something to do with material possessions or shared resources or taxes, debts, loans. That's more, or shared property or inheritances or wills or things like that. I'm going to say that's more external circumstances, but on an internal level, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is a cellular shift. This is a soul shift. This is a structural shift internally that we're all going through in a good way, because this is the North Node. This is something new coming in. This could even be new healing modalities, literally, physically, or psychologically, or spiritually coming in. Look to where Chiron is in your chart. That could give you some flavor as well as to what this means for you. And again, it depends on how this is being aspected in your personal birth chart. That's going to just add those layers. But I feel like this is a cellular shift on a deep level that some of us, it may manifest externally. Yeah. But for others, it's going to be an internal shift, an internal awareness that we won't notice until later on. This is the house of the shadow, Virgo. So I do feel like for you, if you, well, we all have triggers, but the example I made in the beginning about, you know, usually being triggered by something or someone, you'll notice that dissolves over time, especially with this shift of this healing that's taking place right now in this moment. You know, February is definitely going to be a month that we look back on for years to come, I feel like. Not only with Pluto and all these new beginnings, but also with this Chiron and North Node coming together. This is so rare. Chiron, 52 years to go around the zodiac. North Node, South Node, 18 and a half years to go around the zodiac. So when they come together every 18 and a half years, very rare. I mean, well, the South Node, it does conjunct the South Node every 9 years, but still, these kind of things do not happen very often, Virgo. So it's nothing you need to take advantage of, but just to be aware of. And anything that bubbles up psychologically to the surface, Virgo, just know it needs to be healed, acknowledged, move it out of your body, move it out of your system, whatever that means to you. So taking a bath, taking a walk, taking a run, doing a sauna, swimming, anything like that. If you can touch the ocean at this time, for some reason that's coming in for you, something to do with the sand, the beach, the ocean. If you can touch the ocean during this month, I think that's going to be also cleansing and healing, and again, something to do with shifting something inside of your soul, the structures of the body. So let's see here. What else? There's a continued sextile here between Saturn in your relationship house to Jupiter up in that 9th house. So whatever it is that you're working on, Virgo, again, this could have something to do with a partnership, a relationship, love, business, friendship, contracts, agreements, negotiations, marriage, whatever it is. This could have a connection to foreign lands, foreign cultures, citizenship, immigration, training, teaching, religion, belief system, the court system, legal system, anything to do with those areas of life. There's a connection happening here. There's something building happening here in a good way, like in a good way. This is an opportunity aspect, Virgo. So it's up to you to make this happen. It's up to you to build something from these aspects. If you own a business, Virgo, like put yourself out there. This is like Uranus is definitely breaking you out of your comfort zone. I have no doubt about it. Since 2018, this is the house of the gods. This is the house of you take one step towards the gods, they're going to take 10 steps towards you. Make it happen, Virgo. Whatever it is, make it happen. And if that doesn't resonate, that's okay. Leave it. That's not your message. But look to your Taurus house. Look to your Pisces house. There's something building there. There's opportunity coming in there. This full moon is going to be, well, this is your full moon, Virgo. So this is very important. I feel like that's going to be a next step towards this. Again, whatever it is that you're building in these two houses, these two areas of your life. This is also internet, social media could be tied in here as well, Virgo. Otherwise, that's about it. Eclipse rumblings, 5 degrees, Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn. If you have anything around 5 degrees of these signs in particular, you might start feeling some rumblings. This is your financial sector, Virgo. So things might start shifting this month. Material possessions might need to go. You might be thinking about letting go of something, or a work project or a work matter, or changing your work, sustaining yourself in new ways, or bringing in new sources of income. That might start crossing your mind, let's say, over the next month or so. And then again, we're going to talk about the eclipse next month. Otherwise, yeah, have a wonderful February, Virgo, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Libra, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. 4th house, 5th house, 6th house, all those houses are lit up this month. So Libra, the first 2 weeks of February, focus will continue to be on home, family, foundation, and those relationships that live under your roof, so to speak. Also, you know, if you were doing any renovations or changes to the home, that could bleed out into February this month as well, and you could be wrapping this up at this time. Also, focus could be on mom, dad, authority figures in your life as well. But then look at your 5th house, Libra. Huge new beginnings happening in this area of your life. Huge. So for those of you that are single, yeah, it's full on, Libra. It's full on. I think you're going to have a really interesting, exciting, unexpected Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's Day. But yeah, I think romance could be on the menu this month if you are single and looking. And if you're not, that's totally fine. But definitely if you are single, get out there and mingle, because you're definitely not going to meet anyone just sitting in the house and not doing anything about it. So put yourself out there, Libra, if you are interested in finding someone special, because yeah, it's full on. It's definitely full on, especially with Pluto in here. These are multiple new beginnings, Libra, over and over and over again. As these personal planets transit through the zodiac, they're going to continue to hit in this area of life for you. So the 5th house is romance, dating, self-expression, creative projects, pregnancy, your children as well. This is the house of fun and gambling and having a good time, Libra. So finally, Libra, finally Librans, period, are getting a break with Pluto moving out of your 4th house and moving into this 5th house, which is that's going to give you a little bit easier energy to work with. Now, Pluto is not easy to work with, but the energy will be more flowing to your sign versus when it was in Capricorn for the last 16 years, since 2008. So full on here this month, Libra. I personally think you're going to have a fantastic February, but you let me know how your February goes. And then once the sun moves into Pisces, this is your busy, busy, busy day-to-day duty, responsibility, work house. Also, if you own a business, Libra, this is the work environment. This is the people that work for you. Focus is going to go on your health, your habits, your routines, your diet, nutrition, your pets as well. So lots of stuff to focus on this month, Libra, but for you, I do feel like romance is going to be top of mind this month, whether you're attached or single, because this fifth house energy can bring the spark and the lightness back into your relationship versus being so intense. So you can just focus on having fun, you know, like do a getaway with your partner, reignite that spark, go somewhere fun. If you have a family, go somewhere fun, spend some time with your kids, whatever the case may be. Just bring the joy back, Libra. I feel like February, you will start to feel better this month. Absolutely. Especially the middle of the month to the end of the month, and obviously into March. I feel like it's going to be this energy is so much better, fits better with you. Now you do have a new moon here, February the 9th, 20 degrees of Aquarius. So if you're looking to start a family, if you're looking to get pregnant, definitely take those steps this month. Like, I can't stress that enough. Now, if you're not looking to get pregnant, Libra, please take those cautionary steps. And even if you're a male watching this and you're like, that doesn't apply to me. Yeah, this is like a okay, this is the energy of a one night stand turning into, oh, surprise, I'm pregnant. Nah. Just putting it out there. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just putting it out there, Libra, because look at this packed house of children. And if you already have children, I think it's going to be quite an active month with your kids. Maybe your kids will get recognized in some way, shape, or form. Also, you might have a child that starts dating this month as well, if they are old enough to date, like, you know, little crushes, boyfriends, girlfriends. That could be a possibility this month. If you are even a grandparent, there could be grandchildren coming in at this time, or news of grandchildren coming in at this time, or news about your grandchildren coming in at this time, Libra. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I was talking about the new moon, planting those seeds of intention. So again, whatever it is that you want to manifest in this area of life, Libra, February the 9th, it is making a square up to Uranus. So there could be a connection here with finances, resources, wills, shared property, shared finances. This could also have something to do with your partner's income being impacted at this time. There's just an adjustment that needs to happen here from your 5th house up to your 8th house at this time, Libra. So keep that in mind. But again, manifest away. This is, again, a 20-year beginning for you in this area of life. Now, the full moon that's happening in your 12th house, this is putting a spotlight on that busy, busy 6th house. So again, day-to-day habits, routines, your health, diet, pets. Maybe a pet needs a little bit more attention this month. That could be coming to the forefront. Jupiter is pouring positive energy into this full moon. However, Saturn in Pisces, in your 6th house, is asking you to rebalance something. Something needs to be readjusted. There's like a compromise that has to happen here. So it's almost like, in order for example, the money or the finances to flow in, maybe you got to pay taxes on something. Maybe you got to pay a debt off first. Maybe there's something in your diet that you have to cut out in order to feel better, and you don't want to cut that thing out, like gluten or dairy or alcohol or whatever it is. there's some sort of compromise that Saturn is asking you to do around this full moon. So again, that's February 24th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you're on the planet. But all in all, beautiful full moon. Libra, if you're looking for a new job, yeah, definitely start applying this month. Start applying, because with the sun in there, bringing energy in this 6th house, this could be a new job opportunity coming in for you at this time. Or if you own a business and you need people to work for you, put out those advertisements, because you could attract the right talent at this time as well, especially once the personal planets start moving into your 6th house. That's really going to amp up the energy. So if it's something that you're starting to think about now, maybe start crafting that job posting and get it out around February the 18th, 19th. And then you will attract the right people to come work for you as well. Libra, there could also be changes in the workplace this month, next month at this time as well. North Node, Chiron coming together. This is such a rare aspect. This is coming together in your 7th house of partnership. So Libra, pretty straightforward here. Healing on all levels when it comes to healing a wound, whether it's emotional, psychological, could be even physical, from or due to other people. This could be due to a parent or authority figures in your life, bosses that have hurt you in the past or treated you poorly in the past, partners, love, business, friendships, anything to do with another person that you were connected to or that you are connected to. This is bringing the healing in on multiple levels: cellular, structural, psychological, emotional, mental, you name it. This is healing coming in on all levels, Libra, and you are having this in your opposite sign. And this is technically your house. You rule the 7th house of relationships, Libra. So definitely move through the emotions if they come up this month for you. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, some of you are going to feel this. Some of you are going to see this externally. Some of this you'll notice pretty quickly. Some of you, you're not going to notice this for months, if not years down the road. So whatever this is for you, Libra, just move through those emotions. Allow them to flow through you. Get them out of your body in some way, shape, or form, whether that's exercise, whether that's traveling or getting out of the house, or, hitting the pavement, whether that's, again, running or walking or exercising or biking or driving even, whatever it is, move those emotions out of your body. Writing, journaling, burning the piece of paper, ripping it up, whatever it is for you that you want to let go of, let it move through your body and release it at this time. Again, only if that resonates with you, Libra, because again, like I said, some folks will feel this and some folks will not, because it's going to be happening on a cellular level, and you're not going to notice it until way down the road, because this is such a rare transit. North Node, South Node, they take 18 years to move around the zodiac. Chiron takes 52 years to move around the zodiac. So when they come together, which is about every decade, it's rare. It's very rare, and it always happens in a different sign. So none of us are going to get this again in our lifetime. So now there's this ongoing builder aspect happening again in that 6th house and up in your financial house, Libra. So I can see you're trying to work towards work success, health success, maybe trying to get your health back on track, something to do with animals or pets, something to do with the workplace maybe, or culture, or something to do with just day-to-day habits, routines, diet, nutrition, and something to do with finances, resources. This could be your partner's resources. Maybe you're helping your partner build a business or work on a business in the background. Whatever it is, Libra, for you, it looks profitable, it looks prosperous, it looks good, because with Jupiter and Saturn coming together, this is crystallizing anything you want in these areas of life. This could even be planning for the future, setting yourself up for financial success, retirement, putting money away for a rainy day, This could be investments, loans, starting a business, anything to do with work, anything to do with work. Maybe, again, maybe you're working with pets or starting a business revolving around pets or pet rescue or anything to do with animals. Incredible energy coming in for you at this time, Libra. So whatever this is, keep working at it. Keep doing it. Keep, put yourself out there. Push yourself outside of the comfort zone that you have, because blessings will come in. Maybe not right away, because again, this is a building aspect. Once Jupiter moves into Cancer, I feel like that's when you're going to start seeing some financial rewards or career rewards, or again, public reputation status could change, things like that coming in at that time. Yeah, absolutely incredible, Libra. Something to do with working one-on-one with people, coaching, mentoring, things like that looks incredible. So whatever it is, keep doing what you're doing, Libra. That's all I'm seeing here, is just whatever you're working on, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're moving towards, keep doing what you're doing, because it looks really prosperous. Also, for those of you looking to get a loan, a mortgage, anything to do with finances or dealing with accountants, lawyers, banks, things like that, go after it. Go after it this month, next month, or April. Because once Jupiter moves on and out of this house, I'm not saying it's never going to happen. It's just going to be a little bit more challenging to say go for that work loan. Or if you're trying to start a business, Jupiter in the 8th house can bring in that money, can make the banker say yes. So, and give you that loan or the resources you need to, again, whatever this is that you're trying to build in this 6th house at this time. And again, it's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Look to your Taurus house, look to your Pisces house, make that connection. That's where something is building. That's where opportunity is coming in. That's where the ingredients are being placed on your doorstep to say, okay, hey, here's the ingredients. You go make and do whatever you want to do with those ingredients. But here they are. Here's the blessings on your doorstep. Now make it happen. And Libra, eclipses are starting next month. You're going to start to feel this, especially if you have anything at 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn. Something needs to be let go in order to welcome in something new. And again, this could be a relationship, a new partnership coming in, changes in this area of life, but something needs to be released in order to welcome in something new. For some of you have to heal on a deep psychological, emotional level in order to even get into a new relationship, in order to move past old wounds, because they're going to keep rearing their ugly head in your relationships until you move past them, Libra. I'm hearing that loud and clear. That's not for everyone, but I'm definitely hearing that message specifically for someone out there. So just keep that in mind. But regardless, eclipses are coming. I'll talk about more next month, but you'll probably start feeling something or start to see shifts in that relationship house or your physical, anything to do with your physical body, or career or home life. You might start to see some changes happening this month and into next month. All right, Libra, I hope you have a wonderful February, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Scorpio, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. I mean, look at that jam-packed 4th house, Scorpio. So that definitely is going to be the focus for you, not only this month. So home, family, foundation, renovating your home, beautifying your home, changes in the home, anyone who lives under your roof, that will be the focus for you this month. Also mom, dad, authority figures in your life as well. Now, you also have a new moon here, Scorpio. So plant those seeds of intention of what you want to manifest in the next, well, it could be 6 months, anywhere out from 2 years from now, depending on the lunar cycle. But bring in those hopes, those wishes, those dreams of what you want to manifest when it comes to family, home, foundation, If you want to manifest a new home, quite possible. Quite possible this month, Scorpio. If you want to move, like literally pick up and move, or find the right condo, apartment, house, whatever you're looking for, definite possibilities are coming in this month at this time. Now, with this huge pileup of energy making conjunctions to Pluto, this is a huge reset in this area of your life. So this is just the beginning of something big that's going to be transforming and transmuting your, what does family and home and roots and ancestry mean to you, Scorpio? I have no doubt your home life is going to transform in the next 20 years. I have no doubt you're going to move at some point in the next 20 years. I'm going to be shocked if you don't move, Scorpio. Like, I'll be shocked if you are in the same house or apartment or condo or, you know, whatever your living situation is now. 20 years from now, I will be shocked if you're still in the same spot, because I know you're not going to be. I'm going to put it out there. I know you're not going to be. And I know some people don't believe this, but, you know, talk to your neighbors, talk to Librans, ask Librans how this transit was for them for the last 16 years. And they can tell you how many times they moved, and not only moved, but completely transformed what family means to them. And this could quite simply mean, you know, kids getting older, kids growing up, and they're leaving the nest. So maybe within 20 years, you'll be an empty nester. And again, you and your partner, or you, if you're solo, can start a brand new life. This is a brand new beginning. So Scorpio, this is beautiful. This is not a doom and gloom. This is a beautiful transformation that's slowly going to unfold over the next 20 years. And this is just the beginning. This is just a breadcrumb that's happening this month for you, Scorpio. So what else here? What else here? The sun is going to move into your 5th house starting on the February 18th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. So this is going to light up that beautiful 5th house of romance, of dating, of children, of creativity, self-expression, entertainment, gambling. This is the house of fun. So Scorpio, if you can, try to take a vacation, try to take a break, go somewhere solo or with your partner. It could be a really romantic getaway at this time, or go with the family if you do have kids at this time, or you could go with other family members or whoever brings you joy. I would not recommend taking somebody who you do not like being around, Scorpio. Like, you need this time right now in February going into March to bring the joy back into your life. And again, this is going to start middle of February. Yeah, and you could also quite possibly meet someone, Scorpio, as well, with Mars and Venus coming together. You could, you might have already met someone, but yeah, definitely there's a possibility there. I'm not saying everyone is going to meet someone, but I do think Valentine's Day, Valentine's week to the end of February is going to be pretty interesting when it comes to relationships, when it comes to new people coming into our life at this time. Now, if you work in the real estate field or construction or anything to do with homes, Scorpio, I have to put it out there. Like, this is an incredible new beginning. If you own a business or looking to get into real estate, I think that could be, or property or anything to do with property, I think that could be really profitable for you at this time, or something to explore only if you're interested. Okay. I'm not saying you have to do it, but only if this rings true to you. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest, Scorpio. But yeah, that 4th house is just lit up like a Christmas tree. And with Pluto in there, this is, again, brand new beginnings in this area of life for you that's going to unfold for 20 years to come. So definitely no rush in this area of life. Excuse me. Full moon, lighting up again that light-hearted, romantic area of your chart. So children, creative projects, having fun, dating, romance, gambling, entertainment, things like that could be coming in around this full moon. So that's February 24th. This could also have something to do with groups, memberships, associations, friends that you surround yourself with. This is a culmination point. This is an ending of something in this area or multiple areas of your life, Scorpio. Now, Jupiter is pouring positive energy into this full moon, and Jupiter is currently in your 7th house of partnership. You know, you could get benefits or blessings coming in from a friend or group or an association that you are connected to, or a relationship, whether it's love, business, or work, or a contract or an agreement, maybe money coming in from a work partner or work relationship or work matter for or a client. Saturn, though, in your 5th house is just asking you to readjust something, though, or maybe Saturn might dial the knob a little bit down on having fun or gambling too much, if you're gambling too much or wasting too much money or having a little bit too much fun, or maybe not, I don't know, maybe letting your kids go wild or something like that. You know, maybe your kids are bleeding you dry from a financial standpoint. I don't know. Scorpio, again, these are just examples, but Saturn is asking you to rebalance something before the blessings can come in. So, you know, Saturn's asking you, okay, let's say, yeah, you get this big windfall from a client, or you sign on the dotted line that, you know, secures your income for the next, I don't know how many years, or bonuses for the next how many years. But then read the fine print, because Saturn will be like, yeah, okay, here's the money, here's the client, here's the work, but you got to put in the work, or but you got to sacrifice maybe some time with your kids, or maybe you got to travel more, or maybe you got to be on the road more, or maybe you have to, you know, set up a home-based office or something like that. You got to dedicate space in your home for this, or something along those lines. Maybe you got to upgrade technology. Maybe you have to travel more, hit the road more. Yeah, Saturn always brings in a but it's not the end of the world, Scorpio. It's not the end of the world. I'm just throwing out examples. All I know is around the full moon, there's going to be a readjustment, a rebalancing that will have to take effect in order for the blessing to come in. There might be just a bit of a catch to that blessing. But all in all, it's a blessing coming in. It's a culmination point. It's an ending of one chapter, and you're starting something new. Now, the North Node and Chiron are coming together in your 6th house. Scorpio, this could quite literally be a physical healing, like a healing of the physical body. This could be making strides in this area of your life when it comes to diet, health, routine, nutrition. This is incredible. Some of you, yes, it could manifest externally, like external circumstances, and you can literally see it or feel it. But like in the body, for example, if you're healing something or going through surgery or finally getting treatment or something like that, and it's working. But for some of you, as I mentioned in the beginning, this could be a deep cellular shift structure on multiple levels: psychological, mental, emotional, or in your case, physical, because it is in the 6th house. So, and again, Scorpio, take what resonates, leave the rest, because some of you, this might not be your true 6th house that I'm talking about. So look to your Aries house. That's going to give you a flavor of what sort of healing is coming in this area of your life, Scorpio. But all in all, this is really positive. This is a positive shift. This is very rare. Chiron, 52 years to go around the zodiac. The North Node, South Node take 18.5 years to go around the zodiac. They only come together every decade, once a decade. They only come together once every 18.5 years when it's the North Node. So this is welcoming new healing modalities, again, on multiple levels. So again, Scorpio, nothing to take advantage of here, but as I mentioned, some of you will feel this more than others, and some of you won't notice this change or this shift until years down the line or months down the line. There's this incredible connection here between your 5th house and 7th house, Scorpio. So This could be taking a relationship to the next level. This could be working on or building a creative endeavor or project that you are working to bring out to the open. This could be taking a hobby, a creative endeavor, a creative project, and bringing it to life and monetizing it in a big way. So whatever this is for you, Scorpio, keep at it. Keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. This could also have a connection with children or pregnancy or working with children or something to do with entertainment or this, again, could be a romantic endeavor as well, or bringing in the right people into your life at this time as well with that Jupiter and Uranus in your 7th house. So Scorpio, whatever this is, continue to work through it. Opportunities are going to come to your door. This is kind of the aspect of, okay, here's some ingredients that are going to get put on your doorstep. What are you going to do about it? What kind of magic are you going to make? What are you going to create with this aspect? And yeah, for some of you, this is getting into a serious partnership. This is, could be a romantic partnership or a business partnership or some sort of connection with like a friend, going into business with a friend and taking that to the next level. Whatever it is, like I said, continue to work on it. It will be prosperous. It will be successful. There will be adjustments to be made later on down the road. Just don't worry about it now. Don't worry about perfecting it now. Just keep honing it, honing your skill set, putting yourself out there, and you will attract. Like if this is a business or a creative endeavor or hobby that you're trying to get off the ground, keep working at it because it will be successful. With Jupiter and Saturn, it's guaranteed success if you put in the work. And of course, there's going to be adjustments along the way. And then Scorpio, heads up, eclipse rumblings are happening. This is a hidden area of your chart. So this could have to do with wrapping things up, closures, endings, again, healing, whether it's psychological or not, or a physical healing, I should say. This could be, again, something you're working on in the background. This is more so, this could also be spirituality as well. So you might feel something rumbling under the surface at this time, depending on, again, if this is aspecting anything in your chart, but we'll talk about the eclipses more so next month. All in all, I think this is going to be a really nice month, Scorpio. So enjoy February and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Sagittarius, let's take a look at where I think your focus is going to be for the month of February. I mean, look at that 3rd house. That is lit up like a Christmas tree. Christmas number 2 is happening this month for you, Sagittarius. So let's see here. The 3rd house is all about the mind, communication, technology, transportation. This could also be focus on siblings, cousins, neighbors, your neighborhood, the immediate community you live in, the people that surround you at this time, extended family members, relatives, social media, internet, and also short distance traveling. And if I didn't mention it, education as well. And if you're a teacher, definitely going to be a busy month for you. So Sag, you are in for not only a busy month when it comes to 3rd house matters, but Pluto being in here. Pluto is going to completely transform this area of life. Now, I'll back up a little bit here because we have Mars and Venus currently in your 2nd house of money. So that will money and work and finances and resources and material possessions. So the first 2 weeks of February, the focus will continue to be on that area of life. But then again, once they shuffle into this 3rd house, it's full on, very, very, very busy. You might find work picks up for you. Communications are going to pick up for you. You'll be traveling a lot more. Or again, maybe some of you are diving into a brand new educational pursuit at this time, whether you're a student or whether you are a teacher or a coach or a trainer. Things are definitely going to pick up for you at this time. And then the sun is going to move into your 4th house, middle of February, February 18th, give or take a day or two. And then this is going to put the focus on home, family, foundation, your place of living, anyone who lives under your roof. This could also be mom, dad, authority figures in your life as well. So Sag, new beginnings in this 3rd house that I was just talking about, new beginnings over and over and over again. For the last 16 years, you've had Pluto in your 2nd house, completely transforming your finances and resources and material possessions and your work, your day-to-day work. However, you know, whatever you do on a day-to-day living, day-to-day level to make a living, to make earnings, new beginnings have been happening for you the last 16 years or so. Now, this energy is shifting into the 3rd house, bringing in new beginnings. This is just the start, though, Sagittarius. This is just the beginning of something new. For those of you looking for love, Sag, it's full on this month with Venus and Mars coming together in that 3rd house. So you definitely could find love in your immediate environment, your immediate community. A relative or a sibling or a cousin could hook you up with somebody or put you on a blind date. I'd say go for it. Like with Pluto here, this could be a deep connection. This could be a past life connection, possibly coming in. Whatever this is, this could be attracting people into your life, whether it is relatives or cousins that you haven't seen in a long time. Whatever it is, there's some sort of connection here, possibly karmic, possibly something to do with the past is a great possibility with Pluto here. So be open if you are open to meeting someone new. If you're not, that's totally fine. If you're in a committed relationship, you know, that's totally fine. I would just suggest, you know, get away with them. Maybe get away, travel, trips, whatever. Take a break with them and reignite the relationship at this time. And if you are open to meeting someone new, like I said, be open. You just never know. In Aquarius, you could be attracting very unique people into your life at this time. And again, they could be right in your immediate environment, your community, your neighborhood, the city, town, state, whatever your place of living is. So, let's see here. Oh, and you have a new moon here too. Let's talk about that. New moon in Aquarius, February the 9th. It is making a square up to Uranus in your house of work. So there's a readjustment here or a breaking free of something here, Sag. If you are looking for a new job at this time, this could be new work coming in at this time. Might be connected to travel, short distance traveling, or maybe you have to start traveling more for work, and that might disrupt your day-to-day routine. But again, Uranus is trying to break you out of stagnation with it transiting your 6th house of work, of day-to-day matters, of health, habits, routines, pets, and also if you own a business, Sagittarius, this also rules the people that work for you. And with Jupiter here, you can definitely find the right talent, the right people to work for you at this time, if that resonates with you. So beautiful new moon, packed house of that third house energy for you, Sag. So whatever it is that you want to manifest, plant those seeds of intention around the 9th of February. And don't be afraid to go big or think big, because Uranus is going to help you break out of stagnation, break out of that box that sometimes life puts us in, or sometimes we put ourselves in boxes. So we need to break out, break free of stagnation and welcome in something new at this time. Let's see here. Also, yeah, really good time to buy a new vehicle. If you're in the market to buy a new vehicle or any sort of transportation, that looks good for the month of February and March for you as well, Sag. Now, the full moon in Virgo is lighting up your 4th house and also your 10th house of career. So around the 24th of this month, there's going to be a culmination, an ending, something to do with career, reputation, status, bosses, authority figures in your life, or this could have something to do with mom, dad, relationships as well in your life. So, or this could again bleed out in your home life, you know, something to do with home, family, foundation, like I mentioned, anyone who lives under your roof, or mom, dad, authority figures in your life as well, or ancestry, you know, something could come to light. Now, this is an ending, like I mentioned. I'm not saying you're going to lose your job, but you could transition if you want out of your current work and find new work at this time. Maybe working from home could be a possibility as well. If you're in the real estate business, things should start picking up for you at this time, especially starting middle of February and moving on into next month. That should pick up for you at this time. Jupiter is pouring blessings into this full moon for you. So this is incredible. This could be recognition. This could be money. This could be bonuses coming into, again, new work opportunities could definitely be coming in this month for you, Sag. With Saturn though, this is the but here. Saturn's always the but. Saturn is asking you to rebalance something when it comes to work-life balance, or something to do with the home, or maybe something might come up on the home front that's going to impact the career front, so to speak. Again, this could also be mom or dad or an authority figure in your life that you have to tend to, which again, not the end of the world. It is what it is, Sag, right? I would say just deal with it, be aware of it, and focus on the blessing that's coming in here, because Jupiter is bringing the blessing to this full moon. Saturn's just asking you to maybe think about work-life balance, or the impact this is going to have on your career, reputation, status, or home life at this time, or family at this time. Something to do with travel. I keep hearing with you, Sag, definitely something to do with travel this month, whether you're vacationing, or again, something to do with transportation, or how you get around, or trips, or busyness. I don't know. But for you, I keep hearing travel. Travel is probably going to be coming in this month. Now, the North Node coming together in Aries. North Node and Chiron, there we go, coming together in Aries in your 5th house. And this is technically trining your Sag placements, depending on what you're watching for. So this is healing, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, healing on multiple levels, cellular even, structural even. For you, because this is the 5th house, this could be something to do with healing a old childhood wound, Sag, an old family wound. Again, this is something that's been passed down to us, to you, generations. You know, this is beyond your parents. This is beyond your grandparents. This is something that's been passed down to us that we now need to release. So in order to move forward. So Sag, I can't help but think, yeah, this could be a childhood wound, or something to do with mom, dad, authority figures in your life. This could also have something to do with pregnancy. I don't want to trigger anyone, but this could have something to do with being pregnant, or losing a child, or something to do with a family, or starting a family could be coming up at this time. Now, just know it's coming up for a reason, okay? It's coming up to be healed. It's coming up to be acknowledged and healed and let go, whatever that means for you. Sag, for you, I feel like something, you are the fire element, and that's what I'm seeing right now. So I don't know if you need to get your emotions on paper and burn it, or write something out and burn it in a fire. If you're able to do that, please do that safely. You know, but I'm seeing like a campfire or a fire pit, you writing something down and burning it. If that's like, if that's going to help you move through whatever this is for you. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest, Sag. I don't have your chart in front of me. I'm just using this as if you're a Sag rising, or your sun being in Sag. So what else could this be? Yeah, this could also have something to do with like friends or friendship circles as well, or bullying, or like any difficulty you had in school or educational institutions as well, Sag. So, and again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to trigger anyone. I'm being as careful as I can on how to say this, but I guess I should just stick to the facts here, is that this is a healing aspect. This is a good thing coming in, but you have to let it move through your body. Please don't pent it up in your body, Sag. Move it out of your body. Go horseback riding, go rock climbing, go running, hitting the gym, getting it out of your body. For you, incorporate that fire element. That I keep seeing that. Something to do with the fire element. Incorporate that. I don't know if it means like eating spicy foods or whatever you do to get this out of your body in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see here. Oh, let's talk about, the ongoing conversation with Jupiter and Saturn. This is a really nice aspect. This is an opportunity aspect, Sag, happening in your 4th house of home, family, foundation, ancestry, up to your 6th house of, as I mentioned, that busy house of work, day-to-day matters, duty, responsibility, health, work, pets. If you own a business, this is the people that work for you. And if you work for a company or you work for an employer, this is the workplace, or this is your work colleagues. So Sag, this could again have something to do with if you're a realtor, or if anything to do with homes, Sag. If you're doing anything to do with homes, construction business, again, anything to do with homes or the trades, if you're in the trades, I can see you like building your own business, being your own entrepreneur. If you work in the construction industry or something to do with homes, real estate, property, things like that, Sag, that's going to be very prosperous for you. Keep at it. Keep whatever it is that you're doing, that you're trying to make your life better, from whether it's financial, whether it's from a work perspective or a business owner or entrepreneur, or improving your health, or working from home, or maybe you work in, this could also be something to do with mom, dad, authority figures, working with elders in your life as well. Whatever this is, Sag, whatever this is, keep at it, keep working on it. Jupiter is pouring in those blessings. Saturn is crystallizing it. Saturn's asking you to put in the work. I know this is not easy, but if you work with Saturn, huge blessings are going to come around the corner. Huge for you. Absolutely. So keep at it, Sag. Don't give up, because blessings are coming in. Absolutely. And even if this is to do with your health, maybe some of you are trying to improve your health, keep going. Please keep going. Don't give up, because good news is on the horizon for you. Absolutely. And then eclipses are bumbling under the surface here, Sag. I mean, these eclipses aren't hitting, crazy drastic houses for you, but regardless, they're eclipses. So I'll talk about more about that next month. But if you have anything around 5 degrees of Libra, of Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, you will feel this the most. So there might be more change, some more shifts and pivots coming down the pipe this month. But again, nothing crazy to worry about unless you have anything around 5 degrees. You'll definitely start feeling this, and I'll talk about this in March. All right, have a wonderful February, Sag, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Capricorn, let's talk about February and where I think your focus is going to be this month. So you still have Mars and Venus in your sign for the first 2 weeks of February. So this makes you a really great attractor, Capricorn. So you're attractive, whether that's in love or in business, or you have a way with words. You can articulate yourself very well. You can just get shit done this month. I think I said that last month. Whatever it is, you're very productive. Continue to take advantage of this energy, Capricorn, because Venus and Mars will move into your second house. it's not going to really change the energy drastically, but it'll maybe change the focus, and productivity might take a back seat, but I mean, ideas are going to definitely start pouring in at the middle of the month versus taking action on things, and group focus might take over in the middle of the month versus right now. So if there's anything you need to tackle right now, whether it's around the home, the job, anything you got to get done from a duty, responsibility, whatever standpoint, plow through it right now, Capricorn. Now is the best time. And again, you're still attracting. You're still a great attractor because you have Venus in your sign. So Venus moving through the first house can attract anything your way. Love, money, business, whatever it is that you want, Venus is going to attract, Capricorn. So that's going to be your continued focus this month. But look at that pile up in your second house, Capricorn. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of a new 20-year cycle that's going to slowly unfold in your second house of work, day-to-day work, whatever it is that you do to earn a living. This is also your finances, material possessions, material wealth, self-esteem, and overall abundance in this house, Capricorn. So it's full on for the next 20 years. Now, this month definitely is going to be a big focus as well. But new beginnings, this is a huge reset button in this area of life, Capricorn. So it's full on. Now you got a new moon here. So plant those seeds of intention. Think outside the box. What do you want? How do you want to accumulate wealth? How do you want to change your life when it comes to work? What do you want to put out there that's going to help the greater good? It's not really the second house here, because it's ruled by Aquarius. It's, not so much the focus on you, but it's, okay, how can you leave a legacy? What are you going to leave behind that's going to continue to benefit other people? But yes, it's setting yourself up for that success as well. And wealth, this is a big wealth transit. Pluto is what I'm trying to say. Pluto is the planet, the god of wealth. So huge wealthy aspect here, Capricorn. But again, it's going to play out differently in everyone's lives. I just want to be very clear. I mean, if all the Capricorns out there become billionaires, great. The world is going to automatically be a better place. But that's not going to be the case for each and every one of us, because it just depends on how you've been living your life, depends on your personal birth chart, depends on any aspects, to your Aquarius ruled house here, second house here. So anyway, I could go on and on about this, but regardless, new beginnings, focus in this second house of work. Capricorn, I have no doubt your work is going to transform. I know it. I'm laughing because yeah, I'm a Capricorn rising, and I have my moon in Capricorn. So I have no doubt all the Capricorns' work and life and relationships and health and home and family foundation have transformed over the last 16 years. I have no doubt. That's what I was laughing about. But your work is going to continue to evolve and change and shift and pivot. So Pluto's going to continue to work on our work, what we do on a day-to-day level, and what legacy we're going to leave behind, and also our self-worth. Maybe it's time to raise those prices, Capricorn, if you own a business at this time. Okay, now the sun is going to shift into your third house, middle of February, around the 18th, depending on where you are on the planet. So this is going to shift focus on transportation, how you get around, your immediate environment. This is your community. This is siblings, cousins, neighbors, and relatives. This is also education. Also with the full moon, I'll talk about that. That's lighting up your educational access as well. So that's where the focus is going to be this month, Capricorn. But like I said, this is a huge new beginning in your second house, huge. Because Mercury rules 2 houses, Venus rules 2 houses, Mars rules 2 houses, and same with Pluto. Well, Pluto rules 1 house. But this is half your chart, Capricorn. So I mean, that's what I mean. New beginnings on multiple levels, but definitely your finances will be impacted here over the next 20 years. Let's talk about that full moon. So the full moon is happening up in your 9th house. So this is shining a spotlight on your educational access, trips, traveling, anything to do with international destinations or foreign cultures or dealing with people from all over the world. This is also the house of the gods, Capricorn. This is putting yourself out there. This is legal matters, court matters, and educational pursuits, university, college. So Capricorn, this might, and this is an ending. This is like a culmination point in one or more areas of your life. Jupiter is pouring blessings into this full moon, which I really like. So, and again, full moon happening on February 24th at 5 degrees of Virgo. So if you have anything 5 degrees in your Capricorn chart, this is going to impact you the most. And also Jupiter is pouring blessings into that 5-degree area of your chart as well. So this is incredible energy coming in, and this could have a flavor of romance, dating, self-expression, pregnancy, children, creative self-expression, hobbies, monetizing hobbies, gambling, and overall just having a good time and having fun, Capricorn. Now, Saturn, though, is asking you to rebalance something. Pardon me. Rebalance something in this area of your life. So this could be just reading the fine print. If you have any contracts, agreements, negotiations you're signing off on this month, read the fine print, Capricorn, before you move forward. Saturn here is just asking you to slow down and I don't want to say look for the mistakes, but you know, compromise on something. You might have to compromise on something in order for the blessing to flow into your life. So for example, if you are buying a vehicle, just make sure you understand that total figure, or understand your lease payments, or understand what you're paying for, or what the cost to own the vehicle is. Because nowadays, there's some vehicles out there where, yeah, they're almost maintenance free, but when you go to take them in, it costs like $1,000 or something just to go through an oil change. So it's things like that where, yes, there's blessings coming in. This could also apply to a trip as well, an all-inclusive trip. Make sure you understand what is all-inclusive. So this is definitely blessings coming in. I don't want to put a damper on that, but Capricorn, you're ruled by Saturn, so you know what I'm talking about. There's always a but in life. There's always a but. It's like, oh yeah, money's coming in, work's coming in, clients are coming in, things are thriving, but what's the catch, right? So Saturn's just asking you to rebalance something around this full moon. And yeah, I forgot to mention that the new moon in Aquarius on February the 9th, it's making a square to Uranus. So there might be a readjustment here with regards to finances, with regards to something to do with your kids. Maybe it's time to rein in the how much money your kids are spending, or draining your wallet, or whatever the case may be. There's a readjustment here. This could have something to do with a lover or a love relationship or a new partner. They might do something shocking. Who knows? Because again, this could bleed out in different areas of life, Capricorn, but definitely finances could be tied to this new moon. It is a square, so there's a readjustment or a surprise coming in. Or again, something to do with a hobby. Maybe a hobby is costing too much money. It's time to rein it in. Again, gambling, watch gambling around this new moon. Watch expenses in general around this new moon, because it's asking you to readjust something, or something's going to come to light. Like Uranus is going to make it very clear and aware what's happening with regards to your material possessions or finances, or this could be something to do with work as well. If I didn't mention this already, Capricorn, if you're single and looking for a relationship at this time, definitely a possibility with Venus and Mars in your sign, again, attracting in that love. Once they move into your second house, you could actually find love at work at this time, or you could find a connection at work at this time. So just be open to that. Again, only if you're open to it. If you're in a committed relationship, you know, obviously that's fine, but I mean, you might find the spark at work, an unexpected spark at work at this time. So I'll just put that out there. North Node, Chiron, coming together in your fourth house, Capricorn. This is healing coming in on a deep ancestral level. And as I mentioned earlier, a cellular shift in our physical human bodies at this time. For you, this could be healing family wounds, mom, dad, grandparents, authority figures in your life, how you've been treated in the past. Childhood wounds could be here as well. And I don't mean to trigger. I'm just giving examples. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest. But with this being in your fourth house, this is definitely something that's been going on for many years. It's time to let it go. It will be let go, but just give it more time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by the end of February. Maybe for some of you, if you've been working on your shadow self or your wounds for many years, possibly you could have a breakthrough this month. But for the rest of us, again, this is a slight shift in the right direction, and more healing is just going to be coming in after this time. But it's definitely starting this month, Capricorn, moving in the right direction. This could also be healing on a level of bosses. Again, bosses, authority figures in your life at this time. And this is old programming, Capricorn. Like, this is wounds that have been passed down for generations, beyond your parents, beyond your grandparents. And it stops with us. It stops with this generation, because there's a reason why this is happening in Aries at this time. This is such a rare transit. It takes 52 years for Chiron to go around the whole zodiac. It takes the North Node 18.5 years to go around the entire zodiac. So Chiron and the nodes only conjunct once a decade. And it does not happen in the same sign, especially the North Node. So very rare. There's a reason for this. There's a purpose for this, Capricorn. It is squaring your planets, placements, points. If you have any in Cancer or Capricorn, not the easiest placement, but again, everyone is going to feel this differently. Look at where Chiron is in your chart. That's going to give you a flavor. Look at the Aries house in your chart. That's going to give you a flavor, and see if you have anything around 16 degrees of Capricorn. That's also, or Cancer or Libra or Aries. That's going to give you another layer or another level of understanding of how this is going to manifest in your life. Personally, I picture it as more of an internal shift. Nothing scary, nothing big, nothing crazy and wild. This isn't Uranus after all. This is more internalized. So again, I'll leave it there. And lastly, we have Jupiter and Saturn doing this ongoing dance of building something in your third house and fifth house. Capricorn, if there's a hobby that you're trying to get off the ground, if you're trying to do something to do with the internet or YouTube or social media, or getting your brand out there, or whatever the case may be, keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to expand. Jupiter is going to expand this for you and bring in success. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, Capricorn. Just whatever it is, keep working on it, hone it, fine tune it, put it out there, because Jupiter will help to refine this as the years go on, as he makes transits to Saturn. There's going to be readjustments. There's going to be blessings coming in. Then there's going to be more readjustments, Capricorn. So whatever it is, this is solidifying something for future success. And it could be tied to, again, creative projects, hobbies, monetizing them, or something to do with pregnancy, something to do with family, something to do with children, or working with children at this time. Again, journaling, blogging, if you're a writer, publish, or if you're trying to get published, This could be a possibility in the next few years with Saturn being in this third house, helping you crystallize something. If you work in the transportation field or the cultural arts or hospitality or hotels, or airlines or anything like that, this is a really prosperous transit as well, Capricorn. So whatever it is that you're doing on the background, whatever it is that you're doing right now to bring something into form, look at your Pisces house, Taurus house. That's where the magic is happening. That's where something is being brought into form, crystallizing. As you know, Saturn, your planet, you work with Saturn. Saturn brings in bigger, long-lasting rewards above and beyond what Jupiter can do. So I think it's going to be a wonderful month, Capricorn. So I wish you oh, and sorry, one more thing, eclipses. Eclipses are starting next month in Libra, 5 degrees. If you have 5 degrees, anything in your chart, 5 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Aries, you're going to start feeling something. You're going to start feeling some changes and shifts and pivots. That's going to start coming to the surface this month as well. So just be mindful of that. I'll talk about it more so next month, but these are hitting heavy angles in your chart, Capricorn. 10th house of career, 4th house of home, family, foundation, 7th house of relationships, all walks of life, and you personally and physically, and how you present yourself and carry yourself into the world. So I wish you a wonderful February, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye, Capricorn. Hey, Aquarius, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. Obviously on you, because it's still your birthday season. So Aquarius, if you're celebrating a birthday this month, I want to wish you a very happy, happy birthday. And let me tell you, you are in for an incredible 20-year cycle. You have a new moon this month on the 9th, whether you have a birthday around that day or not. This is your personal birthday new moon. Set those intentions this month, please, around the 9th, because you are a great manifester this month, Aquarius. Huge, like off the charts, huge. With Venus in your sign, the great attractor, you can attract love, romance, relationships, partnerships, money, I don't know, whatever you want. New jobs, new careers, pregnancy, starting families. I don't know. List goes on. Aquarius, list goes on. I guess what I should have said is you can manifest whatever you want. Whatever you want, whatever your heart's desire, you are going to manifest it. So Aquarius, this is new beginning after new beginning after new beginning. I probably said that last month. All these planets piling into your sign this month is huge. Multiple new beginnings on multiple areas of life, whether it's work, whether it's home, family, foundation, again, love, business, whatever you want, Aquarius, is coming your way. And on top of it, you're going to be transformed inside and out multiple times, multiple times. So yeah, it's full on this month, Aquarius, full on. Let's see here. What else? So, the sun. Yeah, so the sun is going to shift into Pisces this month on the 18th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you're on the planet. So then the focus is going to shift on your work, your material possessions, how you earn a living, money, finances, resources, also your self-worth, Aquarius. So if you own a business, not a bad time to look at restructuring your cost, like how you, like your prices. Like if you own a business, like not a bad time to review your prices and maybe raise them at this time. You do have a full moon too, lighting up your financial access to this month. So not a bad month to relook at your earnings. If you're working for somebody, if you're working for an employer, not a bad time to ask for a raise. Actually, I can see a raise coming your way, a bonus, a monetary benefit coming your way. But there's a but here because Saturn is in that second house. So Saturn might be asking you to rebalance something, or there's sort of like a reassessment or a compromise that has to take place this month. So it's kind of like, okay, in order for the money to come in, or in order for that big bonus to come in, you might be taxed at 30% or 40% or whatever the case may be. So, and the nice thing is, Aquarius, at this full moon, so this is happening February 24th, Jupiter is flowing to this full moon in your financial access from your 4th house. So if you ever wanted to get a mortgage, Aquarius, or find the perfect house or apartment or condo or living situation, it's full on this month. I would not be surprised if something, you know, maybe a mortgage came through, maybe a loan is coming through, money is coming through, so you can change your external circumstances when it comes to your living situation or home, family, foundation, whatever that means to you. Maybe you get a new job this month, Aquarius. Maybe more money is coming in. Maybe, again, maybe you're getting that raise. If not, go ask for a raise. You know, go after that promotion. Go after resources or whatever you need to make your life better, Aquarius. In particular, your home life. But again, anything that you want, if you want to improve your relationship, if you want to, you know, get away, if you want to, again, improve work, career, whatever, your relationships with your parents could also be very beneficial for you this month as well. Mom, dad, or even authority figures, bosses, that looks really good for you this month as well. Now, I forgot to mention at this new moon, February the 9th, it's making a square to Uranus in your 4th house. So this is an adjustment. This new moon is asking you to not only think outside the box into what it is that you want to attract into your life. Also, Aquarius, go big. If I haven't said that already, if you haven't gotten the hint already, go big, dream big, think big. No more playing it small. Go big. Like I keep hearing it over and over and over again. But anyway, squaring Uranus, this new moon, around this new moon, whatever this is, this new beginning, it could impact your home life. Now, this could be surprising, shocking. I don't know. Maybe this is like in-laws showing up at your doorstep, family showing up at your doorstep, being, hi, I'm here to stay for like a month. And you're like, oh my God. That's just an example, Aquarius, but you know what I mean. There's some sort of surprise element in your 4th house of family, home, living situation. This could maybe even have something to do with your children. Watch electricity in the home. If you're renovating your home or if you're playing around with electricity, please be careful, Aquarius, around this new moon time as well. But regardless, there's an adjustment that has to be made here. Dealing with home, family, foundation, your kids, mom, dad, authority figures in your life. There's some sort of an adjustment here. Now, the North Node is coming together with Chiron this month. Very important time for healing, Aquarius. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is going to manifest for all of us in different ways. Some of us, it'll be external. Some of it, I feel like most of us, it's going to be an internal shift. For you, Aquarius, this is healing in a 3rd house matter. Again, look to your Aries house. If this doesn't resonate with you, look at your chart, look at your Aries house to see if Aries truly represents your 3rd house. But from a whole sign perspective, this looks like a healing coming in from an educational pursuit, healing coming in with something to do with the mind, communication, how you articulate yourself, how you carry yourself, something to do with education, maybe a past wound with a learning disability or a learning disadvantage or an educational matter. I don't mean to scratch any wounds here. I'm just giving you possible examples in case something rings true for you. This could be, well, whatever this is, this could be passed down from generations, Aquarius. So know that you might not even know what this wound is. You might not even know what this is coming up in your life. Also, this could be a wound related to a sibling, a cousin, especially a younger sibling, siblings in general, but it could be a younger sibling, cousins, relatives, extended family members. What I was going to say is ancestral wounds could be coming in that you don't even realize, because they're passed down from generation to generation to generation. The buck stops now. The buck stops now. So we are healing this on a fundamental level, on a cellular, structural, human physicality level. I'm struggling every single sign to articulate this, because I can see it in my mind's eye. I can feel it. I know, but it's like to get the words out of my mouth. I don't know what it is. I struggle with that. But whatever this is, Aquarius, it's a healing. It's a deep healing. Some of you will feel it. Some of you won't. But I guarantee most of you will realize it later on down the road. As I mentioned, something to do with the shadow trigger. Whatever the case is for you, look to Chiron in your personal chart to give you another layer. And then another layer will be how this is being aspected in your personal chart. So 16 degrees of anywhere in your chart is going to give you another layer of how this could be transforming or coming out in your life, Aquarius. Okay, now there's a really nice opportunity aspect happening here with Saturn and Jupiter. This has been happening for a while now, this sextile. This is an opportunity, Aquarius, to, again, something to do with material manifestation, material matters, your self-worth. This could also have something to do with your health, I'm picking up. But regardless, this is positive. This is you working in the right direction. This is you creating the best home life for your family, or for yourself for that matter. This is providing for your family. This is bringing in bigger income. This is working towards a side hustle. This is working towards, if you are in the construction industry, Aquarius, or if you work for homes, or if you're a real estate person or realtor, anything to do with homes looks really prosperous at this time. Take advantage of this energy, Aquarius. Take advantage. Jupiter is pouring in blessings into this fourth house, and Saturn is helping you crystallize it in your material money house and also your self-worth house. If you own a business, again, look at those rates, increase those rates, I would suggest. Not by crazy hundreds and thousands of dollars, but look at increasing them, you know, like even if it's 3% or 5%. Do it, Aquarius. Now is the time to do it. Whatever it is that you're building towards, it looks good. Now, if this doesn't resonate, okay, look at your personal chart. Look at your Pisces house. Look at your Taurus house. That is where the connection is being made. That's where blessings are coming in. Ingredients are being dropped on your doorstep, okay? And the universe is saying, okay, Aquarius, there's all the ingredients that you need to create the life you want. Now go ahead and do it. And you're probably standing there like, well, what do I do? How do I make this happen? See, that's up to you to pick up those ingredients, and then what kind of life are you going to create for yourself, Aquarius? And whatever it is, it should be good. Even if you're not sure, I'd say put something in motion now. And as Jupiter moves along, Jupiter is going to make aspects to Saturn where he will give you the opportunity to readjust, modify, reassess where you're at. And then more blessings will be pouring in, especially once he moves into Cancer. But that's another conversation. Let's see here. And then Aquarius, you know, rumblings under the surface with eclipses, not impacting a crazy area of life for you, meaning not a prominent angle of your chart, unless, of course, your IC or MC run through Aries or Libra. Different conversation, but 5 degrees, check your chart, 5 degrees, Libra, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn. You'll feel this the most, but otherwise I will talk about it next month, a little bit more detail. But for those of you with anything at 5 degrees, you're going to feel this month. There might be some more change and pivots coming in with regards to your community, your immediate environment, maybe even transportation, vehicles, how you get around. Siblings, cousins, neighbors could be impacted by this eclipse. Also training, educational pursuits, legal matters, the justice system, long distance traveling, short distance traveling, teaching, religion, or belief systems could be impacted by these eclipses. So anyway, Aquarius, I think it's going to be a wonderful month. If I didn't already mention this, sorry, with Venus and Mars coming together in your sign, yeah, you can attract new partnerships at this time. That's definitely a possibility coming in at this time in February. Now, for those of you in a relationship, in a partnership, again, it's full on with fancy time, with love, with romance, with bringing the spark back. Maybe try to get away with your partner. Maybe take a trip if you're able to do that, whether that's long distance or short distance. But yeah, it's full on with love. Aquarius, love definitely could be coming in. Multiple suitors, different personalities, people that are unique, just like you. And these people could have a flavor of the past. I don't mean literal, but like past lifetimes. With Pluto involved, this could be a really karmic relationship coming in at this time for you. Now, if you are with somebody, it just means that it's a new stepping stone, a new transition in your current relationship, maybe taking things to the next level. But all in all, yeah, if I forgot to mention that, beautiful month for romance and dating and meeting new people, if you're open to it, Aquarius, okay? If you're open to it. But even if you're not, you're going to attract people to you because you have Mars and you have Venus, the great attractor, in your sign for the next 4 weeks, starting February 16th with Venus and February 13th with Mars. Mars will be in here 6 weeks. Venus is going to be in here for 4 weeks. So you will be attracting very unique people or circumstances into your life at this time. So I just thought I'd put it out there. I think Valentine's Day is going to be really interesting, especially for the Aquarians out there. I'll leave it to you to divine what interesting means for you, because again, it depends on your personal birth chart. And if Mars and Venus and Pluto, for that matter, and Mercury, for that matter, is hitting anything in your personal birth chart. But anyway, all in all, I think February is going to be a fantastic month, Aquarius. So enjoy, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now. Hey, Pisces, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be this month. So we continue to have Venus and Mars in your 11th house of Capricorn. So this is friendship circles. This is groups, memberships, associations that you belong to, and also your role in these groups at this time. Some of you could have found love if you're open to meeting someone new. Some of you could have found love in these friendship circles or been connected to a relationship thanks to a friend or a group, or met somebody special in these groups or associations at this time. This is also focused on your long-term goals, setting yourself up for success, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, Pisces. Now, once all this energy piles into Aquarius, this is your 12th house. This is the most challenging house to describe because it can be a quieter house. It's more an internalized house. So this is the house of spirituality. This is the house of endings, of closures, of wrapping up karma, burning off karma, because the 12th house always represents clearing out the closet, clearing out space, clearing out the dust and cobwebs and spider webs and all that fun stuff, so we can welcome in something new once the energy piles into our first house. So Pisces, I know I've said this multiple times probably to you, is you are preparing for a new cycle beyond belief. And with Pluto in here, this is a 20-year cleaning out the closet cycle for when Pluto moves into your first house. So this is definitely not a fast transit when it comes to Pluto. However, Pisces, if you are in the arts, music, the cultural arts, spirituality, religion, if you're a psychic, or if you're a tarot reader or an astrologer, or anything to do with the metaphysical world, the invisible world, it's full on for you, Pisces. It is beyond full on. I think you are going to experience this month in particular signs, synchronicity. You could have spiritual encounters depending on if you're clairvoyant or any one of the clairs. There's some sort of interaction you're going to have with the invisible realm. Like I don't want to say, I want to be careful how I say this, because it's not like you're going to start seeing dead people walking around. But I mean, maybe some of you will. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. It depends on what type of Piscean are you. You know, I know some Pisceans who are very deeply spiritual. They're psychics, they're intuitives, they're shamans, they're mystics, they're witches, they dabble, I should say Wicca. They dabble in that world. And that's appropriate for Pisces, 100,000%. But I get it. Some of you are probably watching this like, wow, there's no way. But I feel like you're going to experience something paranormal this month, not in a bad way, but like, I'll be surprised if you don't, because look at all that energy in your hidden 12th house. If it doesn't come through in your waking life, then your dreams are going to be crazy off the wall. Full on this month, Pisces. Also, I must say, Pluto transiting this 12th house for you, if this is truly your 12th house, your dreams could get quite intense and, dare I say, dark. Because again, Pluto is helping you clean out the sludge that's up here and in here, anywhere in your cellular soul structure. Pluto is going to clean out all of that stuff. It's almost like Pluto's like purifying you from the inside out, so you can basically be reborn once Pluto hops into your first house, once he hits your ascendant. So yeah, dreams could be, you know, Pisces, not a bad time to start a dream journal or type it up, or you know, whatever you're comfortable with, use technology. Yeah, I think your dreams are going to be full on if they aren't already, because you are a Pisces after all. But regardless, anything you're working on behind the scenes. So again, if you're a magician or magician, why did I say magician? Anyway, yeah, definitely magician could be part here, but musician is what I was trying to say, and magician came out. So if you're a musician, if you write music, write lyrics, write poetry, in the arts, culture, arts field, again, I keep hearing holistic, yep, metaphysical, yep. Whatever you are working on in the background is going to bring you blessings in the future, especially with Saturn and Neptune in your sign. So Pisces, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can keep going on and on about this, but yeah, let's move on. Otherwise this video is going to be like a billion hours long. Okay, once the sun, like I said, I could talk about your 12th house first. Oh, this is also an awakening. I just heard that. I just heard an awakening. So Pisces, you're definitely going through an awakening cycle if you haven't already realized that. This is just going to amp up the energy with Pluto here. But anyway, I need to move on. Sorry, I need to move on. Because what I want to do is wish you a happy birthday, Pisces. I want to wish you a happy birthday because the sun is hitting your house. I know. I'm hearing some of you say, finally, I know it's my birthday season. So the sun is hitting your house February 18th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. So happy birthday, Pisces. Oh my goodness. What a birthday season for you to start. And just wait till next month when we have a new moon in your sign. Let me just cheat here just for my Pisceans here. Yeah. So you have a new moon on March the 10th at 20 degrees of Pisces, regardless if you're around that degree point. That's your new moon. That's your birthday new moon, Pisces. So, and then we have an eclipse. next month, which I'll talk about. But yeah, that's your new moon on March the 10th at 20 degrees. That's your new moon. So whether you celebrate a birthday this month or in March, hold your hopes, your wishes, your dreams for that new moon. And I'll talk about that next month for you, especially with that new moon will be really close to Neptune. So yeah, you'll be getting cool downloads. You'll bring in that spirituality aspect, romance, love, metaphysical world, all that cool stuff. But regardless, what a new birthday cycle to start with Pluto, all this energy piling into your 12th house, making you a unstoppable force over the next, I rather keep it short term because, again, you've heard me say this before, Saturn and Neptune in your sign, that's no joke. You guys are going to be powerhouses. You guys and gals and they, them, you all are going to be powerhouses. And then with Pluto cleaning out the closet for you, cleaning out the skeletons. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal for you Pisces. Is it easy though? No. I've said this before. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be cotton candy and rainbows and sunshine. And if it is for you, that's awesome. That's awesome. That just hasn't been my experience or my understanding with Saturn moving through the first house. So depending on what you're watching for. Anyway, so now let's talk about, so anyway, I just want to quickly wrap up. So that's going to be your focus for the month. 11th house, 12th house, first house matters, Pisces. So really, anything that you're working on in the back end, continue to do that. Continue to accept those downloads. Don't disregard synchronicity. Don't disregard you're seeing feathers and coins and you're hearing things and hearing voices and spirit is trying to talk to you and you're getting these downloads. That's no joke. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's no joke. I would not disregard those. But again, you do you, Pisces. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, you got a full moon in your opposite sign this month. So this is putting a spotlight on your partnerships, on your relationships, whether it's love, business, work, friendships, contracts, agreements, negotiations. This is also marriage, the house of marriage as well. So Jupiter is flowing positive energy into this 7th house for you at this full moon February 24th. Now, Jupiter is pouring in blessings, but Saturn opposing this full moon is asking you to rebalance something, maybe restructure something, reassess something, relook at something. There's a compromise that has to be made here, probably in a partnership or a agreement or contract. If you're signing any contracts, agreements this month, Pisces, whether it's new work or love or marriage, just be mindful of that fine print, okay? You might have rose-colored glasses on with Neptune in the first house. You probably experienced this since 2012. Sometimes rose-colored glasses, we can't see clearly through them. So please watch the fine print or get someone you trust to look at the fine print if you're signing any contracts around this full moon. I don't see this as a big deal though, because you have Jupiter supporting you, and Jupiter is expanding your 3rd house of siblings, cousins, neighbors, community, your neighborhood, communication, the internet, social media, transportation, how you get around, short distance traveling and trips. So this is a blessing. This is blessings pouring in from that 3rd house connected to your 7th house. So that's absolutely incredible. Let's talk about the North Node conjuncting Chiron. This is very rare, extremely rare. So this conjunction only happens every 18.5 years. And we will not see this happen again in Aries in our lifetime. So every decade, the nodes come together with Chiron. Chiron takes about 52 years to go around the entire zodiac. And of course, the nodes, every 18.5 years, but about every decade, they do come together with Chiron, usually in a different sign though. So anyway, there's a healing taking place here, Pisces. This, to me, seems like healing around either deep-seated wounds regarding finances, regarding work or work-related matters, or your values, like your self-worth, Pisces. I think some of you need to change how you talk to yourself. I'm hearing how you talk to yourself at night. So I can see some of you like laying down, like putting your head on the pillow, and you start dissecting either yourself or what happened during the day, or shoulda, coulda, woulda. Try to move away from that mindset, Pisces. Is that easy for me to? I know that's not easy, but that's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm going to say to you, is try to move away from that mindset and incorporate new values or new, what am I trying to say here? Like positive affirmations, things you tell yourself, different stories, Pisces, okay? Tell yourself different stories in your mind. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop talking negative to yourself. That is being ingrained in you. This transit is asking you to let that go. Sorry, I'm getting a couple messages here, but let it go. Let it move through you. Cry. Have a good cry. Have a good sap session. Move it out of your body. And I apologize if I'm triggering anyone. I'm just providing examples, so I apologize if I am triggering anyone. Move these emotions through your body, because something might bubble up, whether you're aware of it or not. Something might bubble up to the surface, and it's doing that to be healed or acknowledged and healed and let go of. So Pisces, have a bath, have a sauna, hot tub, I don't know, sweat it out of your body, hit the pavement, hit the gym, go for a walk. You don't need to do anything strenuous, but something to do with water too. Incorporate water into this, whatever this is for you. And again, as I said in the beginning, I'm really feeling this in the body for a lot of us, like in our physical cellular structure that's been passed down. This is crap that's been passed down from millennia, like thousands of years. But for some of us, this could also be, something to do with our grandparents, passed it down to our parents, and then we have it. And the purpose is for our generation here and now to let it go. You're here to let it go in this specific area of life. So you're definitely being called and nudged to let it go. So again, some of it might be external manifestation. Some of it you might not even notice. You might not even notice this transit. It'll come and go. But you will notice something shift later on in life when something triggers you, and you're going to notice what you're noticing. And you're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. That used to trigger me, or that thought used to bother me, or I used to talk shitty about myself all the time, and now I don't do that anymore. That's what I'm sort of picking up with this transit. But again, look to your natal Chiron. That's going to give you another layer. If you have any planets, placements, points around 16 degrees, or anything in Aries, it's also going to, or anything in your second house, it's also going to just add another layer to this story and these examples that I'm providing to you, Pisces. And I think we talked about anything you're working on right now with Saturn. So there's this beautiful opportunity aspect happening with Saturn and Jupiter. This has been happening for a long time, this dance between these two planets. So this is the universe dropping ingredients on your doorstep and saying, okay, there you go, Pisces. Now create the life you want with these ingredients. And if you're saying to yourself, well, I don't know what to do. Well, move forward with something. Whatever it is that you're working on right now or trying to achieve right now, keep moving forward. So Saturn is helping you crystallize whatever it is that you want to bring into this lifetime. And then Jupiter is pouring in those blessings and giving you those opportunities. Now, again, this could have something to do with neighborhoods, community involvement, siblings, cousins, neighbors, transportation, traveling, new educational pursuits, or you becoming the teacher or the elder, anything to do with communication or The mind is also covered in this house as well. Younger siblings are covered in this house as well, or siblings in general. But something here is being created and built. And Saturn being in your first house, it can be really anything. It could be a humanitarian effort. It could be maybe you're trying to start a group, a work group, a club, an association, or you're trying to change something about a current group affiliation or friendship circle that you belong to. This could have something to do with your long-term goals, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. Finances could definitely be tied into this transit as well. Whatever this is, Pisces, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. Look at your Pisces house, look at your Taurus house. Those two are talking in a good way, and they're giving you opportunity to build the life you want, to create the life you want and you deserve. So all I'm asking, Pisces, is take action on something. Just don't sit still. Just move forward in the direction that your heart or your soul is leading you. And you're going to find joy. You're going to find blessings. You're going to find happiness. And we'll continue to talk about this story as Jupiter moves on, because there will be readjustments needed and required. And then there'll be more blessings coming in. So that is about it, Pisces. Yes, eclipses are starting to rumble. If you have anything around 5 degrees of Libra, Aries, Capricorn, or Cancer, you'll probably feel this the most. Again, this is hitting your financial axis. Your financial axis is being transformed so you can stand on your own 2 feet, basically, and sustain yourself. And you're moving away from relying on government resources, spousal income, alimony, whatever you want to call it. You are moving towards, again, work success and finding your own way, basically, on how to sustain yourself. So we'll talk about more of that next month, Pisces. But otherwise, I think February is going to be a wonderful month. If I didn't already say this, for those of you interested in dating, so you could start dating someone in secret. Let's see here. This could be somebody at work that comes in, or somebody in your immediate environment, your community, or somebody that a friend hooks you up with, or a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor, or somebody in your community. But there could be a secret relationship connecting here. That could be a possibility. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. But if you are open to meeting someone new, the possibilities are there. It just might be a little bit sexy, secretive for the time being, which is okay. You know, totally fine. So, and then for those of you in a bond at this time, I would say deepen that bond by sticking around home, traveling, tripping around somewhere, or taking a trip, I should say, not tripping, but you know, taking a trip somewhere. Just make it about you two is sort of what I'm getting at, is make it about you two. Like seclusion would be good for you right now. Bringing that spark back, that romance back, that intimacy back. That's sort of what I'm picking up is, you know, even going away somewhere and not telling anyone or a lot of people about it, to reconnect with your partner on a deeper spiritual level. So, all right, Pisces, enjoy your February, and we'll see you back here next month. Bye for now.